You
No,
never
I
get
was about to
old
say.
and you never go wise.
Like it was the other guy, dude. Not the no, the Wilford Brimley dude. He was the one that was all. He was the one that was talking about. Uh, he was the one talking about McCready. No, it's fine. Believe me. I'm all better now. I'd really like to come back inside.
Nah,
I looked
Wilford
at.
Brimley.
Oh, that was on some Black Dynamite. I'm 16-year-old Black Dynamite, and you
Wilford
my brother
Brimley.
Jimmy, and you high as a kite.
Like when he said all that shit, I'm just looking at him like this
You're an
nigga.
alien.
I was like, nigga, he's an alien. I was like, RJ, if you don't torch this nigga right now,
Don't let me do a black version of the thing because that shit will get blown open within the first 5 minutes. How do I know you're real?
I know,
I
right?
actually like mayonnaise on my sandwich. Kill him now. Burn him.
Are you making hey Chris? Are you making a movie or a Mad TV sketch? Which one are you trying to do?
A little bit of both. A little bit of column.
That is definitely a little bit of both, and I would have enjoyed that.
So this is what we're gonna do. Y'all. I took all y'all blood. I got this Texas Pete hot sauce. Of all y'all real niggas. Either two things are gonna happen. Two things are gonna pour or happen. I'm gonna use my blood first. Doop. And all of a sudden you hear instead of a sizzle, you hear a ah. See? Like a real black man. Now let's go over there, Chris. Ah, all right. Let's go over to Eris. Ah, this shit ain't hot enough.
No, wait, D, no. Hold on, wait a minute, wait, hold on, D. See, you messed that up. See, the way it's supposed to be is you get to me, right? You get to me, here's me. That's a crock of shit. Yes, that's right. I'm Keith David.
All right, look. There goes the person. You poured all that, of course, go, yeah, all that. You gotta overdo it or you gotta oversell it.
It's like when you put your hair Murray's or coconut oil.
It was literally a bloody ass alien that hopped out of that little shot of blood.
I was thinking to myself, well, if they're an alien, they're gonna be like, yeah. I was like, yeah. But what if they're white? What if it's like a white? What if it's like if you're like your normal Caucasian blood? It would sound like this. Oh, that's way too hot. Like that's like mega caliente. All the black people, nigga, that's Texas Pete, man. That's like standard.
Nah. We get that one militant dude like Ty, get all militant and shoot him in the head anyway. Like, hey, he ain't one of us, so he had to go.
No, and then actually, no, hold on. Then we check that. No, wait, then you check that dude's blood, right? And you check the dude's blood. Turns out, that nigga that Ty killed wasn't an alien. And then here's me being Cave David. So it looks like he was human after all. Guess that makes you a murderer.
Well, death.
I fucking love.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Like I said, I fucking love that movie.
Yo, so I'm finding out when I went to Micro Center, I'm glad I price checked and stuff from the parts list. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it would have been cheaper for me to go to Amazon for those parts instead of Micro Center because Micro Center wanted like $20 more.
You do know that they price. You do know they price match with Amazon.
I didn't know they price match. It was just I was in there because I went in there early this morning before I went to go work out and stuff. So I didn't really think about it at the time. I was like, yeah, I just go to Amazon and didn't even think much of it at the time. So
yeah, because they would have price matched you. If you go,
I'll price match the other ones and stuff. It was just the 2 hard drives I already got off Amazon, but I'll price match the other ones though, definitely.
Yeah, like all you got to do next time you go in there, just say, "Hey, I found." Matter of fact, you just show them the item on Amazon. Be like, "Hey, this is the same exact item, but it's like $30 cheaper or something."
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know they pull a Walmart and be like, "We'll price match it." It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, they price match. Best Buy price matches. Like, good handful of people actually price match.
Oh man, this is. You know what? I'll save it to when we go live because there's a little thing with Scorsese that I full blown appreciate that he does in his movies that I don't feel. I feel low key.
I was gonna say like what his one take shots.
Oh no! It's something else entirely that I'm pretty sure you and D will wholeheartedly agree 100% on.
I was actually thinking of his not his one takes. I'm sorry, his continuous takes. Like he'll do like one whole shot as like one continuous take.
Ah, I gotcha. Yeah.
Good example of that is when Henry took Karen on their first date. They went through. They showed up at the. They showed up at the. They showed up at the bar. I mean, not the bar. Sorry, they showed up at the club. They went through the back door, through the kitchen, through the back hallway, into the main area, and then the camera pans over to, I guess like the waiters or whatever, bringing in a fresh ass table with tablecloth and everything. I love that shot. I always love that shot in the movie. I was like, damn, see, that just goes to show you what life was like when your ass is a wise guy.
Yo, the thing I love about that shot is that how it's like it's literally shot behind their back. You know what I mean? It's supposed to show how cramped the space is to get there, number one. And number two, while you're getting there, you're noticing how quote unquote exclusive, where exclusive shit gets you, where you got to go around that shit. Notice they had to go around a big ass crowd to do that shit.
Absolutely.
So I'll save that comment for when we do the show.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready or
hold on. I'm be ready like in 2 seconds. I'm just waking up. I'm like blinking and trying to wake up right now.
It's the sound of a guy that had a good ass nap. Because trust me, I had a good ass nap earlier today too.
Dog, I wish it was a good ass nap.
I really thought that was one of y'all niggas sleeping when I got on. I was like, did I hear somebody snore?
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
I was in halfway limbo. That was me. That was me, yo. You want to? I'm tired of shit, man, and I'm already like pissed off at my damn job. So right now I'm not in a good mood.
So in other words, you're Nikki and you about ready to fuck some people up. Gotcha.
I'm about to fuck up a dude named Nikki. That's what I'm about to do.
Stab a motherfucker at your job with a pencil in the neck.
Let me tell you something. And, let me tell you something,
Chris, wrong movie.
I know, but still.
Let me tell you something.
Wrong Scorsese movie.
Let me tell you something though, man. This is like, here's the fucked up shit. I already know what's going to happen. That white boy is not going to lose his job.
Of course not. That would upset.
I already know.
That would upset the establishment if that happened.
No. That'll upset my little soft-hearted ass boss, because this motherfucker is pretty much damn near homeless, and I have to hear everything. Now I'm just being real. I don't want this nigga's job. I want him to fuck away from me, because I will fucking kill him. This is the third white person that has called me nigga, and nothing has happened to them or their family. I want blood at this point in my life, dog. So,
hey, last time I heard a white person say nigga, but not directly to me, was in the military. But Karma took care of his ass because his stupid ass got caught by military police smoking weed laced with coke and got booted out the military. So I was like, Karma, there you go.
How the fuck you smoking angel dust in the? Yeah, that's actually extremely easy. Never mind.
It's the most whitest shit ever, because
all of us extremely easy to do. Apparently, man. I didn't know how easy it was to get your hands on coke nowadays. I didn't know it.
But my thing was this: like, all of us black folks were just sitting back listening to it, like, this is the most whitest shit ever. Because none of us, look, I have two of my black coworkers. They smoked weed on leave, but they knew how to do it and get themselves clean before they came back, off leave and stuff. So they were good to go. But this motherfucker, it's like, we went to a party, smoke weed, ate laced with angel dust. And it's not like you were on leave, but it's like, okay, yeah, that's the most whitest shit ever.
Also, D, you have to understand, coke is a 70s, 80s drug.
Still popping now.
I know it's still popping, but I'm saying I'm just letting you know that's how easy it is.
Hold on. What?
I was saying that coke is a 70s.
No, not you. Oh, so we're going to talk about Thursday another day. Oh, we're going to talk about Thursday. How you called me nigga and how you walked out the office saying, "Yeah, I'm calling the nigga." Okay, cool. Like I said, either I'm gonna fuck that white boy up or y'all gonna fire him. It's one of the two.
Gotta do that
Because
shit
I'm
for
not
20.
doing this.
Gotta do that shit for 22 Jump Street. Well, how about this? You let him punch you real hard in the face one time.
No. Here's the funny thing. Like I said, I'm tired of shit of being the bigger man when it comes to these white people, man. I'm seriously tired.
Especially being the bigger man in Trump's America.
It's not even Trump's America.
Yeah, no, it's been like that for long, even before Trump.
No. Actually, here's the thing that pisses me off about this, guys. What pisses me off about it is I can't even give you the benefit of the doubt saying I'm chalking this up to ignorance. You never had no. You are a stoner white boy from Virginia. More than likely your weed came from a brown person. So you lived in DC all your life. You know what nigga means.
Exactly.
You know exactly what nigga means. You know exactly how black people react to it. And you chose
chaos instead of peace.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. I know my boss is gonna try to make me pick. I'm gonna tell the bitch, no, either y'all transfer me to another store or I fucking quit.
Which is ironic, D, because hey, that Advance in Brandywine is hiring people. She might be able to transfer you there. Just saying.
Hey Chris, fuck you. I hate this company.
Just saying. Hey D, it's Brandywine. It's Brandywine. Quiet please.
Also, D, let's not further this discussion, seeing how we've been live for 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's all good. People love it.
God damn it! You gotta tell me when we on live, man. I don't want nobody.
It's not like it, dude. It gets
I don't want nobody.
Anyway.
Nah, for real. I don't want nobody knowing about that shit.
Yeah.
Because I got an entertaining story for that. If y'all want it, but shit, man.
No. I'm gonna delete that off and put the edited video of this anyway. So it's all good. It's all good
because you got the fucking mask up here. You got look. You got these 4 Italian pricks up here. Actually, a part of me really thinks that Robert De Niro is not Italian. He's just really Irish.
He's not Italian, sir.
He's been lying.
He's not Italian. None of them are Italian, as far as I know. I don't
what
think
are you talking about? Leota,
Leota,
Pesci, Pacino,
Servino.
You said Pacino. I'm like Pacino. I wish Pacino was in this fucking movie. God damn.
Not Pacino. I said Pesci, nigga.
No. Eric said Pacino.
I mentioned Pacino. Just in general.
But Chris, then again, you said none of these niggas Italian. Like, what are you talking about? Their names end in vowels. What are you talking about?
Sorry, sir.
Now Sicilian, you can definitely say something about that. I don't know who's Sicilian. I think I want to say Joe Pesci is, but I don't think he is.
If he's Sicilian, that motherfucker's a Sicilian from Brooklyn.
Like if he is Sicilian. I said the nigga is Sicilian.
On top of that, his full first name, his full government is Joseph.
All right. I just realized we're gonna have to how I wanted to do the opening. We're gonna have to how we wanted to do the opening. We're gonna have to kind of like I said, freestyle it. But we know how it goes. Eris, all I want you to do is just start it off. Like I said, when I edit this episode, I'm gonna get that shit right and all the rest of that. But all I want you to do is just start it off. Like, what the fuck is that? Alert us and use our real names and all that shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
And also alerts to action. Like, yeah. Chris, get the gun. Like, yeah, I got the gun. I mean, ad lib, do whatever. Make this shit as funny as possible. All right, guys?
Actually, you got to remember, if I'm Henry, the last thing I need is you two motherfuckers pulling out guns for this particular situation.
Actually, that's a good one. That's a good one. Like get the gun out. Like, wait, why are you telling Chris to get the gun out? Because we're gonna shoot the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Listen.
No, see, D, you
see what I mean?
I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. D, you got to tell Chris to get the gun, and then that's when I would say
exactly. That's what I mean. Like, what the fuck you gonna get a gun for? Because you're gonna shoot the person. Like, I don't want to shoot the person. Yeah, we need to shoot the person, man. Why, D? It's not that like they did. Like no, they did in the movie, but it wasn't done in real life. We didn't get named.
All right, let's start this.
They do this shit in real life, shit. So, right. Man, we already recording anyway, so might as well go when the Eris is ready.
Ready? I'm ready.
All right.
Go.
We're all making our way towards Jersey. The fuck? What is it? Yo, D, Chris, what is that? The fuck is that?
I don't know. Did you run over something?
I didn't feel anything. Like,
nigga, what the fuck is y'all talking about, man?
No, seriously, what the fuck is that?
Man, who the fuck is bumping? Chris, what the fuck is bumping, nigga?
Hey, pull the car over.
Wait, is that the trunk?
Yes, it's
no,
trunk.
it ain't the trunk, man.
It's
you probably ran some shit over. You ran over the nigga, man.
Oh shit!
No,
it's the trunk.
That nigga, no.
All right. I get the gun. Get the gun.
Wait. Why are you getting the gun? What are you getting the gun for?
Look. All right, Chris. Hold on. Now, you know, guys, in situations like this, we don't think clearly. So, Chris, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Eris to open up the trunk. You immediately start shooting. Just immediately start shooting. Because to me, that's a smarter
Why the fuck are you going to have him start shooting? For what? Why?
Nigga, is there anybody around us? You hear crickets? You hear the sound effects that I'm using for this scene? There is crickets, dog. There's nobody around us.
Look, the gun went off in my damn club, all right?
Okay.
I got to explain that.
All right. See, all right, okay. This will make you feel better. Open the trunk. I'm going to stab him a whole lot of times. Chris, we believe in double tapping, right? So
yes,
we're going to double tap.
We'll double tap.
Man, look, I'll open it.
So open the fucking trunk, nigga.
Man, look, this motherfucker might not even still be alive. Like,
we find out.
Find out. Open it.
Hold on.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, your phone check, nigga. Tell me what the fuck you do. You ain't even that good of a villain in GTA 3, motherfucker. Shoot him one more time, nigga. 2 more times. Hey, Eris, you would have kicked that motherfucker one time?
You think he's dead already?
I think he's good. All right.
He's
good. He's good. Hey, Eris, start the sound. Start. Hey, yo, Eris, start the podcast, nigga.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to start this podcast.
That's gonna be hilarious when I put all this shit together. Oh my god, this is gonna. I hope you heard me, Eris. I said, "Do you hear the sound effects I'm using?" And I was going to actually say this. I was actually going to say this. Now here's a clown. Here's a clown horn. Actually, let me do that. Now here's a clown horn. Hold on, Chris. I got to get it. Now here's a clown horn just to let you know that this is a sound effect. Hold on. Now this is a clown horn just to let you know that this ain't real, nigga. All right then.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Goodfellas podcast. This is a redo because years ago.
Hold up, Chris. You doing it all the way wrong. First off,
my bad. Sorry. We can't ring into 2021 without starting it off right. You right.
Yeah, it's 2020. So 2021 is finally here, and it's our 10th anniversary, guys. This is our 10th anniversary. The Three Black Geek Show is finally 10 years
technically 11th, but hey,
still 10, 11.
Nobody looks at none of those videos on YouTube.
It doesn't matter. Nope. It doesn't matter. The videos went in. Effort was put into our early work. So
we thought we could make YouTube money, and YouTube was like, "Bitch, you thought."
You know what? The only thing I want from YouTube is never going to happen, and that is, I really want to see Boogie.
They still have not copyrighted.
I really want to see Boogie.
We win because 11 years later, they still haven't copyrighted our KOF videos. Fuck you, YouTube. We win.
Hey, I don't know how we did it, but that's an accomplishment for YouTube not to look at a video and go, So
also, D saying, "Hey, he got Adidas" is still fucking hilarious. 11 years later. I'm sorry, like, Kyo's dad having Adidas after fucking Hiyori whoops his ass, he punches him in the air, and Dean Pauls was like, he got Adidas on. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He does got Adidas, son of a bitch.
The video that shocked me that we got hits on. Oh my God. We did videos on the fighting game community that went nowhere and all the rest of that.
Super nowhere.
You know what? I laugh at the fact that after all this time, we have outlasted a bunch of niggas, a bunch of people that we knew, a bunch of people that said, "Hey, come on, man, you guys can be all right." We outlasted them. So.
We were there during the early days of Twitter when it was the Wild Wild West, and you could say some out of pocket shit and not get fucking penalized for it. So it was great. And I gotta credit D for this because D put up that Twitter account, and I was all anti-Twitter, and Eris knows this shit because I was like, "Fuck Twitter, man, I don't get this." And then all of a sudden, I was like, "I guess I'll take over the Twitter account."
Twitter done changed this nigga's life and shit.
Now check this out. I can also, since D brought up the fact that we outlasted a lot of people that we seem to have outlasted resided in the fighting game community. They had their heyday. They had a good year or two, and then of course, some discrepancies started popping up and some other shit that happened. Where they got, hold on to the point where they got excommunicated by individuals in said community, to where I just look at him and say, "Damn, homie, in high school you was the man, homie." The fuck out of you.
Hey, I'm like Patrice O'Neal, man. Hey, y'all had a good run. It was cool, but things happen. Sometimes you have to grow.
To me, it's funny. It's funny because, and this is not everybody in the fighting game community. Of course, they know that, but of course, some people know this. But
the Chris G and Justin Wong's still out here thriving.
D is just going to be real, Most of y'all ashy ass niggas, we really are glad we're not.
I seen you at Evo 2014. I seen you. I seen it.
I mean, yo.
I seen it.
Look.
Let me tell you something. It's one of those don't meet your heroes in real life. That's what Evo 2014 was for me. I was like, some people were cool. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Justin Wong. Shout outs to fucking old boy from this area. The dude that plays Cammy. God damn it, I forgot his name. No, not Noel. The other black dude. Shit, I forgot his name. Anyways, cool guy. He's from the area. He always went up to Xanadu and stuff, but he played Cammy in Street Fighter 4 and also Street Fighter 5 currently and stuff.
Also, but yeah, shout outs to Rai.
Yeah, Rai and all of them and stuff. But then hey, Unknown, are you still relevant? Hey. I love you, man.
Look. I'm talking shit. I'm gonna talk mad shit. I remember the first day we met.
Unknown is a 3BG fan? I didn't know.
No. This nigga wasn't beat. Come on, this nigga didn't know who. Look. He couldn't name none of us by our names, which is fine.
I'm fine. Take the anonymous.
Like here's my question though, because I know what type of person he became. You didn't take advantage of none of that shit until them white boys put a camera in your face. But it's okay.
But
just saying, man, you know what? Look, dog. We all put our arms over age.
Look, D, I'm sorry. I ain't saying shit, but this stream deck fire though.
I'm just saying, hey Chris, hey Eris, I'm just saying, we all put our arms over an Asian bitch and lost. So look, you can.
Eris has an experience lost in his years in Japan. He experienced wins. He's like DJ Khaled. All he does is win.
Nah, look. At least those girls reacted.
Bruh, stop.
I'm telling you, man. DJ Sue doesn't want to admit it.
That, look, I didn't know that ill had a silent version of it.
Let me tell you something.
Look,
DJ Sue,
that's a woman power right there, nigga. Shit.
Dude. DJ Sue doesn't want to admit it, but it's ties of the Goodfellas. During his years in Japan, he never heard the word or even the visual version of ew. All them chicks wanted him because you want to know why? DJ Sue was a normal ass person that wasn't weird. That's why.
Hey Chris, look.
The bar is low. I get it. The bar is low.
It's not hard. It's not a hard thing. It's not a hard thing to be.
Here's the funny thing. I feel bad for people who are bullied for two reasons. Neither one, you show it later on in life in some form of way, or number two, you never grew social skills. You never grew any type of social skill, and for some reason, that bred a lot of niggas in the FGC. Woman.
Look, gentlemen, y'all are really gonna sit here trying to make light out of a red parried cross counter EX. Just
look.
No.
Look, I got a question though. Look, just one more thing. Just one more thing, because that's our origin. You're gonna be hearing a lot of, and I want to actually, hopefully, we can do this for the rest of the year. Say a little itty bitty stories that we have gone through in the 10 years, but this had to come out real quick on the show. Yes, we know motherfuckers in the business. I'm just saying, with all of y'all motherfuckers, y'all do realize they make memes out of y'all ashy ass niggas. Y'all do realize that, right? Yo, each and every one of you, every one of y'all, man, it's amazing. Like we got out of that toxic circle quicker than we it's like God.
We were never part of that.
We really weren't.
We really weren't part of the circle. We were outside looking in, and we were casual as fuck. Look. I had my fun time in 4 years in California. I had my fun time at Southern Golfland, going to tournaments during the early days of NCR before it became a thing on Twitch or Justin TV back in the day and stuff. So I had fun. Once 08 came and I got back into the area, technically I retired because I like why would I want to be a pop rocker anymore? I just had fun with the game. It's like if I lost, whatever. 2 days in the bucket, move on. You keep it moving.
But it's AD, but the same thing kind of applied. CJ, the same thing kind of applied for me, except when you looked at the what was it, the think back to the 1995 Soul Train Awards. East Coast versus West Coast was going back and forth. And, if West Coast won, East Coast boos. If East Coast wins, West Coast boos. Outcast wins, everybody's confused. That was my black ass over in Japan enjoying that FTC.
Y'all got love for the South?
I'm just over here, I'm over here just chilling with literal killers from Shinjuku side of Tekken.
But speaking of which, let's get back to Goodfellas. I was telling Sue this before we started. There's something about Martin Scorsese that I low-key appreciate out of him and that he never skirts away in any of his movies. I'm appreciative of the fact that he shows unabashedly how racist his characters are in a way that makes sense for them. Because whether in Casino, which we'll talk about later this month, Nikki making that line, which as a kid I didn't pick up on, but my dad kind of peeped me to how bad it was when he said I had to take these diamonds to these sand niggas, which the only reason why I don't really look at sand niggas as derogatory, because 40-year-old version, when the black dude and the Arab dude was going at each other, he's like, yeah, you're fucking with the wrong sand nigga. And I fucking laugh my ass off of that. But Scorsese with these characters, when it comes to anything of race, he unabashedly puts it out there that these motherfuckers will be racist in a moment's notice, just like that.
Here's the thing, though,
and I appreciate that because he doesn't skirt away from that. It's like, no, that's legit.
Yeah,
like
you shouldn't, because here's one thing, and it always kills me. I can't understand if a character just saying nigger constantly, but in the case of these characters, I know a lot of black people like, this is so racist. I'm sorry. Have you seen what they've done before they even said the word nigger?
Yeah.
These are some psychopaths.
Yep.
This is the one thing. It is going through this movie again. I've noticed one thing. Everybody's psychotic.
Oh, yes, it is.
Everybody
Incredibly
is
psychotic.
fucking psychotic. Either you're traumatized or you're traumatized, broken.
Because here's the thing.
These are evil people.
Because here's the thing. When you watch the movie, you think initially Henry is the most even killed guy, right? Initially, you're like, all right, because initially, when he helps out, when he's trying to avoid what's his face from getting killed because he keeps fucking going at old boy for his money and shit, and he's
freaking Maury.
Yeah, he's keeping Maury from getting killed and stuff. You're like, all right, clearly Henry has a good head on his shoulder. And he doesn't want nobody to get killed behind this shit, even though Henry is on his low-key fuckboy shit and stuff, right? As soon as Henry...
Everybody, ain't no low-key nothing. Here's the thing.
No. Here's what I'm saying.
Don't try to board it up.
I'm saying low-key for Henry until Coke got involved. And that's when he went full. And that's when he went full tilt, 100% fuckboy at that point. It's like, oh,
right,
you just.
All right.
Ooh.
This is for everybody listening. Listening and watching. Y'all have seen this movie a billion times, like we have. So we're not going to no narrative. We're skipping everywhere. And let's start with that, Chris. Let me tell you something about cocaine. Cocaine in Ray Liotta is one of the most amazing things ever.
It's like, if I can say something about cocaine in Ray Liotta is, holy shit! You want to talk about the best combo since Tango and Cash, like
the best combo since Richard Pryor in cocaine.
The funny part is, and this is what, and again, I've seen Casino and Goodfellas more times than I want to, but yet for some reason, if I'm bored on a Sunday, I will pop in one of those two movies because for some reason there's entertainment value in those movies to where you just it's the type of movie that you can just watch, like Ghostbusters. I could pop in Ghostbusters, it's fun. But it's like even Paulie knew, hey, motherfucker, I know you're doing coke. Don't do that shit. And Henry lied to his
face. See, hold on. See, that can point.
Cokehead things, dog. Come on.
I want to point out something. I gotta point out something. You gotta think here. The block is hot.
Oh, it's already hot.
Right? The block is hot. Henry's got to make some bread somehow. He can't go to Paul. He can't go to the freaking Jimmy. You can't go really to anybody. Everybody's still on parole. Everybody's being watched by the cops. So Henry had to go the route of, I'm going to peddle these drugs in jail and I'm going to see where this takes me. Turns out he was making enough money to hold out. And when Paulie knew, and the thing is, Paulie knew about it. He knew right off the rip, and you heard Henry say that in the narration when he was first introducing Paulie's character. He said, Paulie, he was like, how did he say it? He said Paulie was a guy who didn't move around a lot, but he knew everything that was going on.
He didn't move much. He didn't move around much. I ain't see him talk to no more than 5 people a day.
Yep. No more than 5 people a day.
But this nigga ran a fucking army though, because everybody did shit for him, man.
Yeah. And when he finally got out, because you gotta think, Paulie and Jimmy they've been out like what 2 years while Henry was still in.
And Paulie only did 1 year just because he did the Little Kim 1 year.
No, he did 4 years.
I thought he did 1 year.
4 years in jail.
Okay, I thought he did 1 year because he didn't want to like snitch or some shit like that.
No. He did a whole 4 years and did it standing on his fucking head. You
gotta remember, Paulie did get out. Both Paulie and Jimmy got out before Henry, and when Henry finally got out, you could tell that he made enough money peddling drugs to when he finally came home. My man's looking around at the apartment. He goes,
"Get a new house."
No. He just looks and goes, "Pack your bags, Karen. We're getting out of here."
My thing is this.
Wait, what's wrong? What's wrong? Nah, we get in the house. No, don't worry. You're right. I got something hooked up already. But you gotta go to your parole officer, bitch.
He's like, nah, don't worry about it.
But my thing is this. I felt Henry got more of a high off the chase of more money, because I think once he sniffed the fact that he was making so much money off of drugs, he sniffed.
Sniffed.
Yeah, he sniffed that the money that he got, figuratively and literally.
Hey, Harris. He said sniff. First I thought was
Whoa!
the Ray Liotta coke eyes.
Yo, that zoom in with the camera.
Man, listen, I felt he chased that high of like, because Jimmy was just as much of getting off on all the money that he was making, more so than Henry. And I think once Henry saw all the money that he was making off coke compared to the capers that he was getting, he got off more on that than the actual just trying to play it straight like Paulie wanted him to.
Also, again, he was high all the time. And
yeah, that too.
He was definitely high all the time.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, all right. The other thing too is you gotta remember he brought in both Tommy and Jimmy when he got out.
Yeah,
and this man goes to Paulie's barbecue. Paulie's like, "Hey, yo, man," he goes, "Hey, Henry, let's take this walk real quick." Man, they bend that corner. He's like, "Look, I don't want I don't want no more of it, man. Like, no more of the garbage. Like,
what are you talking about?"
Like, Paulie, what are you talking about? Like, look, don't bullshit me.
Exactly.
Look, I know what you did. I know what you had to do on the inside. You did what you had to do, but that's done. Now that you're out, no more. Like, I don't want to get caught. Like, look, I don't want to be involved in none of that. Like, look, I forgot his friend's name, but he was like, look, he's doing 20 years just because he said hello to somebody that was peddling drugs. I don't want that in my life.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah, I do.
Look. He's like, he slapped.
Oh no! Let's be real. Look. If that was me talking to you or Eris, and you did that, and that's a coke move right there. What?
Oh, man.
Shit out the ass. You slap the shit out the ass.
You don't see
that
it.
Drug, what?
I was gonna say, you don't see it, but Paul, it's off camera, but Paulie wind up for that.
Oh man, that shit wind up.
Paulie is
a Nolan Ryan fastball, nigga. That was
Paulie was like your parent. It's like when your parents know you're bullshitting them. Like my dad, I love my dad. My dad knew when I was bullshitting him when I said I don't know. Like straight up, like motherfucker, you know full well what the hell you did. What the hell you talking about? Like that's exactly what Paulie looked at him like, nigga, don't fucking bullshit me. I know full and well you're still on them drugs. Stay the fuck away from damn Jimmy. All right, Jesus Christ, dude.
And that's the other thing too. He said, look, you gotta watch the people he said, look, man, watch the company that you keep. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Jimmy. He said, Jimmy, he's a good earner, right? Like he's a good earner. He's good, but he's he's a wild card. You gotta watch out for him. And Tommy, and he's like, Tommy's a fucking cowboy. I only use him for certain shit.
Dude, Jimmy was, if you really look at it, he was selfish because he wasn't trying to pay Maury. Now, I would count for that because Maury was constantly pressing him over the money. And I think if Maury fell back, he probably would have got his money. Maybe.
No. There's a little there's a backstory. There's another backstory on that when it comes to this whole Maury and Jimmy thing. Yeah. If you remember, prior to probably one of the greatest boyfriend moves with Henry, before he got that call from a distressed Karen, attempted rape Karen. Before that phone call, prior to that, we see a very angry looking Jimmy looking at a TV inside the shop. He goes in and chokes out Maury with
the commercial.
Like with that telephone wire for the commercial, right? And he's like, you had all that money. He's like, you had all that money to pay for that fucking commercial, huh? He's like, give me my money. And bear in mind, the funniest part out of that whole moment is seeing Maury's hairpiece.
That fucking wig. That fucking wig just turned to the side. No. Here's the great part about that. That nigga got yoked up. When he got yoked up, all you saw was the wig did the little "Oh Lord Jesus" move to the right.
and then hold on. Then what made it even better? I can tell you that was a genuine laugh from Henry.
Henry was like. Because like I said again, Henry the whole time was trying to keep Maury from getting killed by Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that though, Chris. You saying that if he just laid off it, the problem I have about
I said maybe.
Yeah, and I get the maybe, but the more and more I thought about it, going through because I always thought the same thing too. But the more and more I thought about it, you really have to look at how Jimmy was thinking at that point anyway. Jimmy didn't trust nobody, and Henry made a good point. I'd rather just kick it over to my two homeboys. The rest of y'all can fuck off.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
You see what I'm saying?
I think
Going
when
into the Lufthansa heist, that was always his idea. His idea was
Yeah.
like, look, yeah, Maury, you might have kicked the idea to us. That's cool. That's straight. But there was that time when you wouldn't give me my fucking money.
I think if Stacks didn't fuck up, I think Jimmy probably would have peeled out the money better.
Stacks didn't fuck.
No.
Part of me
Stacks
said the same thing too.
Okay, I got something for both of y'all. See, Stacks was just a tipping point. You gotta remember the celebration after they heard the news. Like,
Bruh, dog. Look,
I got you.
Oh my god, that shit pissed me off, man. That shit.
Look.
Hold on.
At first I was against, like, yo, Jimmy, calm down.
No.
Now that I think of it as a grown man, no.
See, the moment they heard the news, all right, and because real talk, they didn't even. I don't think they realized how much money they really got away with.
Oh, until the final tally comes in.
Right.
It's kind of like one of those telethons, like the fucking old boys telethon that came on UPN 20 and shit, where it's like, oh, we got this amount, and all of a sudden the final tally comes in, like, oh shit, we got way more than we thought. All right, cool.
And that's the thing. In the real Lufthansa heist, it was more stolen jewelry. Yeah, cash was there.
Oh, it came up in the high millions easily.
Yeah, cash was there, and it definitely like routed out to like around $6 to $8 million that worth of money and jewelry.
This is seven figures easily.
Yeah, and
it's like 10 million easily right there.
When they heard that amount, the very first thing out of Jimmy's mouth is, "All right, everybody, shut up! Don't do anything. Don't even spend money. Just don't do anything." And the very first thing we see, the car.
Dude, I sat there the whole time, like,
it's like brand new Cadillac.
No. If it wasn't pink, nigga,
exactly.
If it was not pink, if it wasn't pink, nobody would have said nothing.
Talking about it was a wedding present from his mother-in-law.
Here's the funny thing: the mink coat, I can let go to a degree. I know Jimmy didn't want to leave it, but here's my thing. I understand. I understand why Jimmy didn't want to leave anything to chance, because the mink coat is a lot. To be fair, especially back then.
It's a mink coat. It's a mink coat in the 70s.
Yeah. So, but my thing is this: it blows my mind, because it's like, if I went out in the woods right now and I found 25 G's in the woods, you think my black ass gonna be like, you know what? I want to buy that fucking Skyline GCR right now. Motherfucker, the block will be high and the IRS will be on my ass immediately. Immediately. There ain't no fucking way.
Here's the funny thing, Jimmy. This is where your wise guy shit comes into play.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy didn't trust. Jimmy already knew how the FBI and how everybody else rolled when it came to that shit.
Yeah.
The rest of these fuckheads didn't.
Hold on.
When they started making any type of noise, and here's the one thing about Maury: the real reason why, if I was Jimmy, I want to give Maury my money. It doesn't have to. It has shit to do about his credit before. It's the fact that you don't stop talking. Take this from a person that talks a lot. I'll shoot a nigga like me. Are you serious?
I'm sorry, D.
Too much.
D, I'm sorry. I can imagine you all of a sudden put a gun to your head. I'm like, D, what are you doing? I gotta shut myself up.
This motherfucker won't stop. This nigga won't stop, man.
No,
he was a man of integrity.
Aaron's gotta tell Angie, like, D shot himself. He had to shut himself up. I don't know. I mean, we tried. We told him not to put a gun to his head.
Hold up. Here's Angie. I knew this day would come.
CD, this is why you picked the perfect woman to be your wife, because she knows what's up. She knows what's up.
Yo, looking at this movie. Look at this. I was watching this now. Check it out. I was watching this movie actually with my wife.
Yeah.
She says Karen is one of the better mob wives because she hates every mob wife.
Karen is about as normal as you can get for a mob wife to a degree.
Karen's about the normal one.
Wait, guys. Hold on. Before we'll jump back to Karen in a second. I actually want to pick up on something that Duke just said. He says, unless you're already rich, you shouldn't spend a lot of money. Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. These motherfuckers have been rich for years.
Thank you.
They've been rich for years. The Lufthansa heist, first of all, yes, it's a celebration. Nigga, if I'm not knocking back shots in the freaking club, that's it. You really shouldn't even be touching anything. You shouldn't be going out spending no type of money. Nigga, I don't care if you're financing. I don't care if you're doing month-to-month payments. Fuck that. No, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing when you got the cops and you got the feds involved and they're watching anything.
Thank you.
Anything popping up on the radar? Yo, a pink Cadillac in the Italian neighborhood. What's going on with that? Who does that belong to? Who do we got to look into?
Here's my thing.
You're gonna bring all the unnecessary. These motherfuckers are bringing all the unnecessary heat, which also goes back to the other thing I needed to mention. D. See, like the Cadillac was strike one, the mink coat was strike two. Stacks leaving the fucking truck and going to his girlfriend's house to get stoned. That was strike three. At that point, and that's why he was the first one to go.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Because look, I can cover where the truck came from and all the rest of that shit, but what I can't cover is your mouth, nigga. Shoot him in the back of the head.
Yo, but also
look.
Hey,
I know black people that love Samuel L. Jackson. I gotta be real with you. If I was Jimmy Burke, his real name, I would order that motherfucker to get shot too.
Hey, look. I think we can also be real.
They found the truck and his prints. And his prints.
Dude, that's like, let me tell you something. Stacks, number one, I'm just going to say it, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree. He was the token Negro of that fucking Italian crew. He was the one black person from the neighborhood that they knew. Straight up.
No.
Wait. He might have been the token Negro, Chris, but hold on. Hey, let's understand something. Even with his tokenism, he still had the opportunity of a lifetime to take advantage here. Bro, you are in the inner circle of mob bosses.
The Italians trust you.
The Italians, they trust you this much to be a part of one of the biggest heists in criminal history. The last thing you want to do is fuck that up.
Because, just going to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, they was gonna shoot your black ass anyway.
Hold up, hey D, hey, check it out.
I would go on the road of caution, Eric. No. I'm just saying.
No, I know that, D. Hold on, but check it out. This is also another reason why I blame Stacks, because Stacks, nigga, you literally had one job.
Drove into the fucking river and just
no. He's even more mad. No, I'm even more mad. Hey, yo, Stacks, what's going on? Hey, man, I thought you would have had a girl over here. Yeah, man. Yeah, where she go? Yeah, man. He waking up like that? Yeah, shoot this nigga. Now.
Listen, it did like before I even get drunk or get high, I'm getting rid of that truck. That's just me and my foresight. Let's just off the break before I even start partying. Let me go ahead and burn this truck or something.
Hey, Chris, much like how they say video games are tested kids going into the military and shooting, I'm gonna say the same thing about criminals now. All the criminals now play GTA. They know how to finish a mission.
Exactly.
Hold on, and I got to add to this message that was just dropped in here. He was still a nigga to them, anyways. That may be true. He was still a nigga until he started becoming a higher earner.
Exactly.
Also, look, guys, look.
Let that nigga be a higher earner, and then they're gonna try to figure out, hey, how you been doing all this shit?
Exactly.
Look, let's take this shit out. Now, here's the fun part for D. This is D's little fun part about that. They said that they like Stacks. He used to play the guitar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a nigga playing music for you.
Whoa!
He got the music. So he was good for them because he was also the musical Negro as well.
Yeah, he was a musical Negro. And come on, man. You know what? It's just funny, man. I remember, it's kind of funny. If this came out today, there would be so many fucking think pieces
All right.
for no fucking reason on that thing alone.
Let's start with something here. So I think we said before when we did the Casino / Goodfellas podcast combined, Joe Pesci knows how to play an asshole really good, and Tommy in this movie, holy shit, this guy is unhinged. Tommy is probably way more unhinged than Nicky. Because at least with Nicky, you understood, like, for instance, when he said that he was going to kick the shit out of that banker, even though Nicky didn't know jack shit about how businesses work, that you're going to lose money during that first year, because that happens and stuff, you kind of understood Nicky's frustration, right? You understood.
Actually, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you understood to a degree where Nicky was coming from. Tommy, on the other hand, it's like, yo, he really didn't give a fuck. He didn't care.
No, he didn't.
Oh, see, that's why back then. Then they were referred to as cowboys.
Yeah. If there's anything I can say is that I think they're one and the same person. There's just that there are two different ways. Number one, Tommy did not have time to flourish. He did not have time to flourish because by the time he did get up there, the mafia is like, nah, remember that shit about Billy? Like, so that happened. With Nicky, with Nicky, it was the same thing. He was muscle. It wasn't until he got to Las Vegas he became the cowboy and started just killing everything, started robbing people blind and all the rest of that shit. Like, and then on top of that, you have rank, you have power.
Yeah.
Nobody can get you. You're a made man. You know what I mean? That he's the worst nightmare you can get out of Tommy. Tommy with actual power within the mafia.
Yep.
That's a scary thing. And it makes you think.
Tommy with actual power is Sonny from The Godfather.
Yep.
Exactly. And it makes you think. It really makes you think. Were they even going to make him anyway? If he never shot Billy, were they ever going to even think about making him?
No.
You too fucking wild.
Because
hold on. Yeah.
Like this.
There are some people. There are some people who are. No. That being said, there are some people who are wild, who are been made. That being said, the person that they said who actually killed Tommy, John Gotti.
Yeah,
John Gotti was a cowboy. John Gotti didn't give a fuck. So
hold on, but D,
it's weird how that goes.
No,
man.
but D, think about this though. See, you do know that Tommy could have been made like years ago.
True.
You know, he could have been made
Very
years
true.
ago, but but even Paulie knew back then when he told Henry, stay away from the garbage and also be careful of the company that you keep, which is the only reason why I keep these guys around, for certain things. I would never, me personally, I would never make Tommy because I know him. I know how he is, and I know the shit that he would do. He would cause more problems being a made guy than than not being made. Hell, honestly, I would have made Jimmy. Unfortunately, he's not Italian, so it doesn't work. But he would have made Jimmy before Tommy.
I'm gonna just say this: the part that had me, poor Spider, because Spider. It's like he was justified in telling Tommy go fuck yourself because it's like, Tommy being the cowboy that he is shot fucking Spider in the foot for no fucking reason. Like, even if which, by the way, to your point, Sue, your joke about that whole what's the name of that movie? Oklahoma Kid. Me, Dan.
Shane.
He's like, Shane. And because when Dean was Sue
said Oklahoma Kid. It was Oklahoma Kid. Yeah, it was Shane. Yeah.
Shane. No, because I remember when Sue said that. No, because I remember when Sue made that joke, I didn't get it, and then when I watch it, it is a funny moment because he turns around like, Shane. All right.
Because you gotta think about it. Oh man, nigga, hey Chris, what was that Paul Rudd movie I fucking like, man? And you yell, I don't know, Ant-Man, and then Harris out of nowhere, Halloween 5. Yeah, Halloween 5. It's like that.
I love it because
Halloween 6, but you know what I mean. It catches you off guard.
No, because I never understood why Sue laughed so hard at that until I saw it. Because it's one of those blink and you miss kind of moments. But it's a good moment, and I credit you, Sue, for bringing that up because that moment, because I always was like, what the fuck is he laughing at for? And then when you watch it, it's like, that is fucking hilarious because he just stopped himself for 2 seconds, like, Shane.
Dude, first of all, that was like a genuine thing. Like you can tell that was genuine. Like he literally leaned. It was like a half a lean, looked directly at De Niro and just goes, Shane. Like of all the Bogart movies that you could throw at me, you pick that one. Like the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo. So
no, but Spider, when he sat there and said, "Go fuck yourself,"
why don't you go fuck yourself?
Now here's the thing. I low key felt that Jimmy knew what he was doing, but at the same time, it's like he had to know. No. He had to know that fucking Tommy was gonna shoot fucking Spider for that shit.
No. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on the fact that it's one of those situations because this is exactly how it would happen. That would be somebody saying that to Eris. And me go, oh!
And then
Hey, Spot, here, take that.
Hey, hold on. And Dean, say now, and you don't notice the subtle visual because when he says, when he says that, Joe Pesci, aka me, if I I would react the same way. The moment you saw him lean back in that chair, I was like, "Oh, he about to do something," because he was quiet. He didn't say shit. He didn't look. Tommy didn't say shit after the moment that word "go fuck yourself" was uttered. He just looked and went.
Yo, Jimmy said, "What is this world coming to?" And that's what set him off. I still to this day think that's what set fucking Tommy off. Like, what is this world coming to? I was like, oh shit.
I really don't even think that was it because honestly, Tommy had options. He could have easily leaped across that damn. Easily leaped across that damn poker table and beat the shit out of him.
Dr. Doom, NBC3 leap, foot dive.
I mean, he could have did that and not killed him, but. No, he just
he would have crippled Spider at the most. At the most, he would have crippled his ass before he said, "What is this world coming to?" At the most, he would be a paraplegic.
Bro, the moment he said, "What's the world coming to?" my man emptied the clip into Spider.
What if Spider had a bulletproof vest and shit, and all of a sudden you still fucking didn't kill me, bitch?
But here's the thing that's fucked up.
No.
Now, look,
Tommy,
look.
Wait, Tommy would have actually hit. No, sorry, not Tommy. Spider would have hit him with this one. I put on the bulletproof vest before I walked in the room.
Go to the room. You know what? The thing that get me about that scene is that it also goes into just how much of a psychopath that Tommy is.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Real talk, you hurt this kid one time. He tells you to go fuck yourself, and you murder him.
And he was justified to a degree because it's like, yo, Tommy, you didn't have to fucking go, dance.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how this whole movie has nothing but foreshadowing in it. And one of the foreshadowing scenes is not only just where they were at with the poker scene, the poker, where they were playing poker. That's where Tommy died. No, I would give you one earlier, Eris. Remember when Tommy was talking to Henry? The most famous thing, like, what's so funny?
Oh yeah.
What makes that scene so good is really it is foreshadowing because it shows you just how fucking scary and unpredictable he is. Because even Henry, who known this motherfucker all his life, is get the fuck out of here, dog. I'm trying to scare nigga. Go ahead.
I'm trying to scare, but no. See, and even though, even though he was joking with him at that time, he was like, "Yeah, I almost had him going, didn't I?" And he says, "Hey, you're a really funny guy." My man pulls out a fucking snub.
Oh.
I like the fun, like I don't know about that here. You may fold under questioning.
Now there was a in that scene, by the way, of the funny how my funny scene. There's a blink and you miss it. Sitting behind Henry is our boy, and yes, I'm gonna go ahead and make that Godfather connection. Mo Green.
Yeah, it is it. Dude that played Mo Green. Yeah.
Yep.
And I like how he was the one to hey, Tommy, it's just a joke. No, wait, hold on.
Anthony, he's a big boy. He knows what he said. He's a big boy. Funny how? How am I funny?
Let me tell you something. There is. Okay,
That's intense. I love that, man. That is so fucking intense.
actually, you want to talk intense scene? Okay, and this is one that both of you guys will appreciate. The scene where Karen pulls the gun on Henry when he's waking up.
Yeah.
That is quite possibly to this day every man, regardless of race, that's their worst nightmare. Can you imagine you're waking up to a loaded gun in your face?
All right, two things.
That's a bad nightmare.
D is going to keep it a buck.
Hold on.
D is going to keep it a. I'm going to keep it a full buck.
Hold on, D, before you say it, let me get this out. First of all, not only waking up to a fully loaded gun in the face, but make it worse. It is your wife in cowgirl position with the gun in your face.
Emotionally just
That's what I'm trying to say. Look, this is what look. Y'all ain't gonna stop me on this one.
Go ahead, dude.
Because I mean this. Number one. Because all right, first off, you got a gun in my face and you're straddling me. I'm going to have an erection. I'm going to, because two things. Yes, higher flight has kicked in, and I don't know if I'm going to die or not, or this is going to be the hottest sex.
Is it the Larry David gift where you're like,
No. It's more like, Cameron, no, you're not stupid. Don't you fucking move. I got my dick. Okay. But here's the best part about it. When he flipped her over and started choking her out, here's me. You couldn't do that to a millennial. Couldn't do that to look. Because it's like this. She's like this. I bet you can't choke me harder, nigga.
No, because here's the thing. The thing that wowed me out about that scene, again, I think I was in middle school when I saw Goodfellas the first time, right? So I'm trying to process what's happening and stuff like that. So when I hit high school, I understand it, right? It's just the part where he sits there and hits the fucking door of the fucking cabinet. He's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh shit, this is.
Forgive me. No, here's what's gonna get me. No, hold up. And I'm gonna say this for my wife. When that part happened, when he's choking her, right? Here's my wife at the end of all that, when he let go. So we gonna fuck or not? Like, yeah. Here's me. And see, that would have saved the marriage.
Exactly. So what you're saying, D, is you would have had Henry just straight up deflect that whole situation. Just go straight into deflection mode, because she had her target in sight, point blank range.
Oh yeah,
point blank range, like fucking Smith and Wesson in the face. Like, I am literally gonna pull the trigger if you say that you love that skank.
First off,
Karen has proven her thoroughness through this whole movie. One of the number one thing that she did was when she pulled up on that nigga for ditching him. Now let me tell you something.
Yep.
Italian niggas and black niggas, we love that shit. we kind of like that. We kind of like that.
And that right there is
we ditched you. Hold on, no. We ditched you. You pull up.
That right there.
That kind of turns us on.
That right there is what happens when you roll up on. Sorry, when you leave a Jewish girl.
He's like, you're not going to take me on it. Like, and I liked it because I would have said the same. Look, she was bad as fuck. She was hot as a motherfucker too when she did that.
She had a little
hold on.
Look to it. I was like, yeah, she does.
And check it out. The part that makes that scene, I swear, you're supposed to feel for Karen because she was stood up, but you cannot help but crack up at Tommy, who's sitting over there stuffing his face with shrimp over here talking about, yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, he really likes you too. I mean, I don't know what happened to him. I mean,
hey, real talk.
All you ever did was talk about you.
Hey, Sue, here's the funny part. Let's just say, for instance, I love Tish to death. If Tish was at a dinner with D and his wife, D would say the exact same shit. I don't know what to tell you, Tish. Chris is supposed to be here, but you know, I'm just saying.
What I would say. That's exactly what I would say. Inaudible chewing, muffled.
Man, Chris is supposed to be here tonight, but you know,
No. And here's how just to show you how thorough she was, man. She made Tommy drive her to where Henry was, and everybody was like, "Yo, Tommy, what the hell? Like, what the fuck is going on, man? What's your problem? What are you doing?" She gets right out of the passenger seat, ready to just roll on this nigga. The pull-up game on Karen was on 100 at that.
And the look on Henry's face is, oh shit, she showed up.
Two things. Number one, shout out to our boy Colonel Gaddafi in the comment and stuff. Apparently, he got a girl that he's with pregnant because of that whole shit, the gun in the face. Like, holy shit. But also, I gotta admit, like, yo, your girl gets kind of pissed at you. You do get kind of turned on a little bit, like, ah, shit, there's the fire. Let's go.
Only reason why, and like I said, I cannot speak for that. I cannot speak for anybody else's race, but I know that about Italian men, and I know that about black men. We like our women fiery.
Yeah.
That's why that scene between Goku and Vegeta is so hilarious. Because Goku was like, I thought I was just smashing out a strong chick, but you right, nigga.
Yo, Vegeta says it in the most calmest way. Yeah, that's what Saiyans are. We like strong-willed women. And I just like how Piccolo is like me, where it's like, oh my god, that explains everything. Son of a bitch.
They're niggas.
Oh my god, that explains everything.
Everything.
Yo, I just like I really love that. I really love that because, like I said, Goku, it just flew over his head. Like, oh damn, for real? Yeah, you all kind of right, my nigga. And then Vegeta says it, but Vegeta does it. Vegeta was basically saying, what I'm trying to say is, Goku, you got a powerful sister beside you, and as a saying, you need that.
Yo, did you like how Goku said? What? No, did you guys like when Goku did the whole what?
Yeah.
What?
It's like his mind just like.
It's like that makes so much sense now.
Oh damn, for real. Yo, I look. I never said I like Bulma. Yeah, I said I fuck her, but now I know why.
Besides, though, this is how I know the drugs got to Henry. I'm sorry. You didn't really need that coke-fueled side chick on your hands. I'm sorry. That's just
here's the thing. Here's the funny thing.
I mean,
Do you know that I got into an argument with my wife over the need of side chicks in general? And now I don't know where I stand. Now she thinks I got a side chick. I'm like, bitch, I cannot afford.
Exactly. People do not understand this. To afford a side chick, that means you gotta make six figures. I make six figures, and I would never have a side chick because guess what? I need that money for hobbies and shit. I don't need it for a side chick.
No, just say Gundam. Gundam.
Toys and anime. I need it for that. I don't need it for some fucking side chick that I don't really care for in the grand scheme of things. I really don't.
And that's the thing that kill me. Like to me, that's a luxury thing. That's a rich man.
Exactly.
That is a rich man's sport, which kills me to see motherfuckers who are bus drivers who are getting side chicks. Like, dog, really?
You work as a train driver for Metro and you got a side chick, nigga. There is no money in the world. Look, again, I would spend my
life. How are you dude? You the night manager at Foot Locker. Two bitches should not be a thing you should have.
I'd rather tell my girl that, yo, sorry, babe, I had to spend money on this Verkai Gundam Wing. Zero and shit versus a side chick. At least you'd be understandable of like, well, you spent money on a Gundam model. At least that's your hobby. A chick, she will fucking whoop my ass over. It's like, come on. No.
I keep telling this to everybody. Cheating is one thing, but having a side chick, that is a rich man's thing. That is a rich man's sport right there, brother. I don't know what to do.
The side chick is consistency. Cheating is a one-off thing that's done and over with. It's like, yeah, all right.
No, the last thing you want to be doing is having a side chick. You all out in public with her, acting all lovey-dovey. Your main chick show up and make you strip in front of everybody and take.
First off, Sue, who takes the side chick out in public?
That video that video that I posted in the group chat where my man.
I'm sorry. Did Chris just answer a stupid question the wrong way?
Yes, he did.
I'm sorry. Who would take a side chick out in the public? A lot
of dumb
mother
niggas.
The dumb
ass
is a
niggas.
keyword. Dumb niggas. Me, I'm just like, if I had a side chick, I'm like, you are not coming out in public. Sorry, babe. we are.
I mean, look,
Well, first of all, to have a side chick and to actually do anything, to do anything with her, you have to be like solid fucking snake.
Or if you're smart, okay, your chick is in the DC area. You keep your side chick over in Annapolis and Baltimore or some shit like that. You go over there, it's like, all right.
You stay out.
I gotta be honest with you. D thinks that's too close.
That is too close.
Too close.
Never underestimate a black woman with a nose that knows how her pussy smells like. Dude, nah.
Yep.
Dude, that seems like a rule.
See, Chris, you might have got away with it if you said Aberdeen.
Fair enough, but I don't want to drive all the way to Aberdeen.
No, look, nigga. I need a side chick a whole fucking state away.
Literally.
I need her a whole state away.
It's like, nah, she's in Ohio.
Yeah, exactly. She live in Ohio. If I live in Maryland, she in Ohio, nigga.
That is
I need you away.
That's a good 6.5 hour drive.
And think about it. If I want to fly you in. Look, if I
but hold on, trust. The box is worth it.
Hey, Aaron, think about it, man. That's a round trip. That's a round trip because this is real, baby. I love you, but I ain't gonna fly you. We gotta be secret about this. So that's a round trip of like $100.
No, when I say that you got to be like going back to what I said earlier, when I say that you got to be like Solid Snake, I mean that, because these side chicks, they decide to get all, get all silly and shit, and they'll pull out a fucking cell phone and try to take a damn selfie with her. The moment that damn camera flash, it's gonna be her, sitting next to a damn cardboard box.
It's gonna be a blur.
Hey, shout out to the Colonel on this one. He's smart. He had a chick in another country. See, there you go. That's how you do it.
Nah, me personally, look, it'd be a look, nigga. If it was me, Harris, it'd be a fucking J.J. Abrams lens flare.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams like a literal lens flare.
Yo, because here's the thing with Henry. This is how I know.
Damn, baby, why you never in none of these bitches? Oh, you know, man.
Yo, here's how I know the coke.
Oh, you know.
Here's how I know the coke was affecting Henry. It's like, first off, okay, you got a side chick, fine. This bitch lived like 2 blocks away from you. What the fuck were you thinking, dude? What are you doing?
Okay.
Henry did not. Understand. He did not understand the concept of don't shit where you eat.
2 blocks away.
This is what D thinks. Now, unlike the first side chick, remember he had another one You remember he had another one before he started making the coke. That one went to hell. He learned his lesson about this one. This one, he's just fucking for the coke.
Mm-hmm.
There's no love. So there's no investment time in that. So that's number one. Number two, Chris, again, you answer your own question. That nigga's addicted to coke. Hey, baby, all right, just be 2 blocks away. No, I need you like a block away. Nah. That's too far away from the cocaine. Also, and another thing on top of that, I know this because I smoke weed. Karen was like, "Hey, baby, when you go out, I got you, baby."
Yo, and it's not enough that his side chick damn near, if he didn't fucking keep her on the lock and key, like, yo, don't fucking snort the fucking product. God damn, like, yo, chill.
Yeah, he was. Well, that was the second one. That was the second chick. The first
side chick, though.
Like the first side chick that he was, he was just dating her, and you gotta remember that was before the coke.
Yeah,
before the coke.
I was just playing.
Like before, like
Karen was on it.
Yeah,
nigga.
Karen got on that one like ASAP, but what ended up happening with the sorry about that. Anyway, what ended up happening with the other side chick, the one he was getting coke from, like you said, she was snorting more than she was packing, and now that one he met after they got the new house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which made me ask the question, so Karen, do you know this chick?
Well, until Henry went to jail, and then he was like, "It's blah blah blah. She's a whore."
No, but that was the other one. That was the first one. The second one.
That was the first.
The second one, who he got with, like I said, the one that was actually getting the coke for her. I mean, like for him.
Yeah.
That
No. I bet Karen only knew her face that one time.
Yeah.
it's like knew her in
Didn't
passing.
because, like I said, to me, the order for you to have a successful side chick is for both of y'all to say it's completely sex. That's the only way for it to
Side
work. And even then, I think there's variables in that.
The funniest thing ever.
But this is where Henry was messing up. And you could tell the drugs was affecting because he was already breaking the cardinal rule when he said that, she was snorting more than she was actually selling, but she was able to get all the drugs that I needed. All I had to do was just hang around her and tell her I love her every now and then.
Yeah,
I mean, look. If you got somebody doing your work,
that's side chick protocol right
happy.
there. That's side chick protocol. You gotta do just the bare minimum to keep them happy. That's all it really is.
Niggas, when you got to say them words.
just
I like how she's like, you just think you. I just love how she said, you just think you can come over here and fuck me and leave? No. I love it because he all up in her ear, all feeling on her little itty bitty titties and shit.
Look,
And he all get the fuck up out of here.
He grabs the bag, beelines it for the door, and like I said, on some Looney Tunes shit, if he'd have slipped, fell, picked up the bag of coke and kept laughing and running away, that'd have been hilarious.
Oh my god, the only thing that was I love how he did that. He did, like I said, he just kissed her on the neck, like, yeah, pop that pussy open. Yeah, let me just put this in the bag real quick. But it did it. That's all.
Hey, look, the best scene ever. I think me and Sue were dying laughing at this. Karen is asking for money, and all of a sudden she goes down on him. He's like, okay. Let me tell you something. That is something that every dude has been in position for. You're about to go to work, and your girl just all of a sudden just says, bam, pussy in your face. And you're like, all right, fine. I guess I'll be late for work in 5-10 minutes.
Look, hey. And for D, and if you guys noticed it in the movie, that was the end of Act 1.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect way of ending Act 1.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times. I can't tell you the number of times that has happened to me in Japan.
I've been late for work twice because of that shit. Like, God damn it. All right, fine, fuck it. All right, fine.
No, Chris. For me, Chris, it was worse. See, I made her late for a company Christmas party.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, who cares if you come late for a company Christmas
party?
Hey,
Eris, I hope you said something corny that she couldn't understand in Japanese. You know, like something like this. Well, it looked like Chris Kringle came early or something like that.
She doesn't even understand it. She's just giggling for no reason.
Or all of a sudden it's like, wow, that was terrible. A little bit of English I do understand.
No,
terrible.
D, because what made it even better is that I went with her.
Damn. So y'all can't stroll in casually late and shit. Like y'all probably.
I'm wearing my look. It's like, yeah, I came in wearing my mistletoe. Where is it? I'm wearing it.
Hey, real talk. I came to a wedding. Wedding reception because I was late because of that shit. And I was like, I didn't plan this, but all right, cool. We just roll up there, casually late, but nobody really cared. So I was kind of.
Speaking of our weddings, I will have to say this. That shit right there, Italians and Nigerians, they are good with that. Just dumping money. And she got an envelope. Just everything was an envelope. Salute. You know what I mean? He like, yo.
Oh, did you love how
you're talking about the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Did
you love how her family immediately knew that motherfucker ain't Jewish? Get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
Who are these people?
That was that part. Hold on, I want to go back to the wedding. See, the part that I laughed at the most at the wedding was everybody had a nephew, a son, or whatever that was named Peter or Paul. And she said,
you know what?
She was like, I swear I must have shook hands with 24 Peters and 24 Pauls all in one setting. And they were all married to a woman named Marie.
After all of that, I thought I was drunk. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I would too.
Exactly.
Like, yo, and then, for D, here's a funny thing. I couldn't make that joke. That was Scorsese right in there. That was a pure Italian joke right there. Everybody, you go to an Italian wedding, everybody has a son named Peter or Paul. That sounds like a pure Italian joke right there.
Yo, how about
That's funny, man.
Yo, how about the fact that that when she got all the envelopes of money, you know, Karen being Karen, you know, she's like, "Oh, wait, well, what are we supposed to, what are we supposed to do about the money? Like, what if something happens to it? You know, the envelopes with all that money. Like, what if something happens? Don't worry about it, Karen. Look, we're at an Italian wedding. Who's gonna take the money?"
Hey, look. Angie said this, and I get to say it to the podcast. And this is what she said. So we're gonna fuck in the coat room now, right? Like, yo, like all of this shit, all of this, all of this life is just so. I gotta think that is like gotta be a fucking head scratcher though, man. You go into a whole different world like that, and then your parents is complaining that your husband ain't coming home. Yo, I would have done the same move that Henry did. Walk up to the door. Where were you? We were waiting on you. 180 back to the car.
Let me tell you something. For some reason, I had that scene envisioned in my head.
Look, hold on.
He
laughs and scotch.
Yo, but here's my thing. Why did I picture in my head? Because again, I want people to understand this. Again, this kind of goes into our 10th anniversary of the show. Sue and Dee knew each other probably for way longer than I knew Sue when I initially got to Samassville, right? So why did I envision?
No, CJ. You and I have known each other longer than I've known Dee. I didn't know Dee till 2001.
Oh, see, I assumed only because of the MD stuff, so that was my assumption and stuff. But like, why did I in the back of my head whenever I see that scene, I'm like, yeah, that's Sue and Dee right there. Yeah, Dee's sitting there laughing, and Sue is in the fucking car, like just laughing. It's like Henry, she's mad. Yeah,
he's like, what? She's like, Henry, what
kind of people are these, Henry?
What's the matter with you? Like, how dare you? How come you didn't go? The kind of people are they?
Yo, Angie looking at her mom like, Mom, why did you do
that? All right, first off, y'all gonna have to put respect on my crappy in-laws, okay? They ain't that crappy. y'all gonna have to put some respect on their name. I ain't defending these niggas.
Bro, that was the crazy part. That was the crazy part was that they were literally out drinking the whole night.
Look, and the wild part is this. And I understand why I would worry the shit out of Karen.
Yeah.
I think it's just like when you be in that life though for a long enough time and you start seeing your husband, he's actually a moneymaker and all that, you'll shut up too. But I think there's still a wild side of that because you remember she's a Jewish girl going into an Italian world, and oh my God, I would have been fucking sick if I went to that hairdresser too with all those women just talking about how bad their kids are. And I was with them. They got bad skin. They all look beat up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
beat up. Everything they wear was like, and everything they wore was cheap and thrown together. And they all talked about how bad their kids were, and they had on way too much makeup.
I mean, they talk about beating their kids with Bruce handles it. I'm thinking to myself, and here's the funny thing. Again, foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing in the movie because later on in the movie, what does Karen end up looking like?
Yeah,
she looks like she's thrown together. She looks beat up because no. When they said she said everybody looks beat up, that's the life that beat all of the women up.
Yeah,
of being a wife of a mafia husband. That shit fucking ages the shit out of you. So all throughout the movie there's fucking foreshadowing, and that's one of them to me.
But here's my thing: the one part that I think every woman can resonate with, and I've heard it verbatim from women, and me and Sue to this day still die laughing at this. Henry sits there and gun butts the fuck out of old boy's fucking face.
Okay.
All right. This is all Eris.
Yes.
Eris, talk about one of the greatest gun butts in cinema.
Oh, it is the greatest of the cinema history.
Okay. All right. Y'all want to know, for all of us that for all y'all that listen to us, since this is part of our 10-year anniversary, 10th anniversary, y'all want to know where the gun butt, the gun butt appreciation side of me came from? This scene.
Oh,
It all started with this scene. All right. So Karen calls Henry, which this circles back to the whole thing with Maury getting choked out with the hairpiece doing doing the Lord Jesus, right?
oh Lord Jesus, oh God, Jesus.
So he gets the phone call. My man, being the good boyfriend, hightails it over to where Karen is, picks her up. She lays out the whole deal of what went down. She's like, "Yeah, you remember that guy that you met at the at the country club, playing tennis? Yeah. What about him?" I was like, "Okay, look, we were talking, at first we were laughing, but then he started to touch me, he started to grab me. I told him to stop, he wouldn't stop. I threatened to hit him, and then I did hit him, and then he threw me out of a car." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, all right, he's gonna get all of the butt of this gun, all right." He drove her to the house. He said, "Look, why don't you go inside, get yourself cleaned up, And you could tell that she was stressed out because she had those full dark ass sunglasses on.
Yep.
Just laying up in the passenger seat, right? Tells her, "Go inside." My man got out the car, made sure his clothes were straight. He was like, "Yo, you know how you got to make that adjustment that you about to go handle some shit. You got to make sure that you're looking right." So my man gets out the car, goes for the gun, and he pulls up on homeboy. He's like, "Oh, what's up, fucko? You want something?" Before he could even utter the next word, gun butt, a barrage.
10 times. I counted 10 times.
It was 10 times in succession, one after another, of gun butts over and over and over and over. I sat back and I appreciated every second of that gun butt because the sound of that gun butt hitting pure flesh and bone was so satisfying.
Like, clink, clink, clink. I'm like, "Oh shit, stop. He's dead. What are you doing?"
He wasn't even dead. That's the other thing. He was able to beat this guy 10 times with the butt of a gun and still live. And he gave him probably one of the greatest threats that you can give anybody that just fucked around and touched your damn girl. Is, "I swear on my mother, if you touch her again, you're dead, and one more gun butt to grow on."
Number 11, clink. I'm like, "Ah, shit."
And so my man who was washing. By the way, that was a nice ass Corvette Stingray that they were cleaning in the yard. So my man's like, "Hey, don't shoot. I had nothing to do with it."
Never mind. Let me tell you something. When Karen sat there and said, "I gotta admit, that turned me on," that is the most accurate shit ever, because women will never admit low key. Like, that shit is like, oh shit. Like,
Dude,
all right, shit.
Dude, he came back to the house and said, "Here,
handle business." He handled business. That's basically all it really came down to.
Dude, he looks at her and says, hey, look, here. I want you to take this and hide it. You all right? You good?" My man looked right back at that work that he just put in. Got in the car and left.
Yo, like, I'm just sitting there like, dog, he really just is like, man, listen, dude, it's just everything about their relationship. I think that's what set the tone for their relationship and why she kind of basically just stopped caring about what he did for a living. Even on top of the fact that the FBI occasionally will roll into their house to try to find evidence. They couldn't find anything. She was just used to it. Like, all right, clearly whatever he's doing, I don't care. Whatever. It is what it is.
She was used to it. In fact, most of the time it was just them coming through. They either wanted to hand out money or something. They really weren't even trying to do anything. They really just wanted money for them to keep quiet and act like they ain't see shit.
Now, the best scene in the movie to me also, there's another scene where it's the beginning of the Latanza Heights and stuff, where old boy rolls into the restaurant and it's that music that plays like, and it's like, yo, that whole scene is fucking hilarious to me, just because it's like you can see like them instantly perk up of how much like this heist is really meaning to them. Because if you really look at it,
I was gonna say, I think that was when Frenchie had rolled in. No, that was the first heist that they did at the airport.
Yeah, the Frenchie one is when they really was like, because if you look at the Frenchie heist, that really was the one that if Henry would have stopped right there, he'd been set for life. If you
He
really
would
think
have been. Hell, he'd been set for life with the Lufthansa heist.
yeah, he'd been set for life. And I think that's why I said I feel that he was chasing that high of the drugs and stuff. And it was just funny that them fucking up old boy in Florida is what landed him in jail anyway. And I just like how the nonchalant, be going ahead and take these pills and take my ass to jail, please.
Dude, first of all, with him doing doing that shit that they were doing, for one thing, they had so many options. They could rob the airport, or they could just rob trucks.
Yeah.
And the fact that they live near the airport, it was easy for them to be like, hey, you know what? We need some money. Let's run in and we're just gonna rob the airport. Anytime Frenchie had got a tip off about money coming in, that shit's about to get robbed.
I mean, it's and the thing it is about this movie that I think was great is just us tracking the history of how Henry got to that point when we see him as an adult. Like just the fact that his upbringing, he came from a very stringent Irish family. Like his mom was Italian, obviously, and stuff, but his dad, being the head of the household and stuff, was very Irish, and he didn't like the fact that his son was making more money than he was, at least the way he says it and stuff. And he was just getting beating, and he was just like, well, sometimes you gotta take a beating. Dude, it is what it is. And I was like, wow.
Man, look, his dad was pissed off at a number of things. He's like, look, first of all, he was pissed off at the fact that his brother, his kid brother was in a wheelchair. He was pissed off at how much money he was making from his job. He was pissed off at the fact that he had this big family in this tiny ass house. He for damn sure did not like the fact that his oldest son was working at the cab stand,
making more than he was in the grand scheme of things. It's like, and it was just funny to me seeing Henry roll up there in the suit, and his mom was like, "Yo, whoa, take the suit off."
No, I mean, he just rolls up in the suit like, hey, look, he said, how you like my suit? Yo, check out my shoes. Don't they look great? Oh, my God. You look like a gangster.
Oh, my God, man. Like, that's... you know what? Look, I know people, when they say black people go into time travel, we would never want to go back to the time period. I sure as shit fucking wouldn't. But it's just funny just looking at that time period of how, like, when you look at people like Italians, how they still got I don't know, it's weird with Italians in the spectrum of history and how they did catch a lot of shit when they got to America, but, like, it wasn't to the degree of other races like Asians and black people and stuff. But I don't know, it's just weird to be like,
I think every race did deal with some they dealt with shit in different capacities.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And like in this movie, they didn't really dive into how much Italians had to deal with a lot of bullshit in America, because I guess they wanted to get straight to the point on it, which makes sense to a degree, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, it was just kind of funny how just as soon as Henry got pinched, foreshadowing, hey, you learned a lesson. You didn't snitch.
Yeah, so you're not a rat, and always keep your mouth shut.
Italian slap. All right, let's go.
And then, you gotta remember, around that time, that was right around the time when he had first met Jimmy Conway.
Yeah. Which funny moment.
He was already a legend when when Henry was a kid.
Yeah, funny moment of the movie, bar none. And I to this day it was still funny. He tells Karen, "Hey, go around the corner." That's all right, Jimmy. I'm gonna go home. I'm out.
Okay, there are so many theories when it comes to that whole scene of.
Oh, Jimmy was gonna kill her ass. There's no fucking sugarcoating that shit. She was dead.
No, see, and that's the other thing. See, a lot of people assume that Karen was gonna be killed, but I think some theories would point out and say that Jimmy was more or less trying to scare her because he needed a true reason to get rid of Henry. Because think about it, Henry was already caught at this point.
Yeah,
and he was really trying to figure out, if any of this shit leads back to me, I got to do something. And he knows timing is everything. He knows that he only has a certain amount of time to try to figure out what to do. So I need to get something. Like, what can I get out of Karen? Karen obviously doesn't know anything.
Nope.
And And do I really want to take that extra extreme of, of possibly murdering her just to get him to come out? I don't need to do that. I can meet this motherfucker in the diner and kill him right there if I wanted to.
Yep.
So
that's and I think I think you're right about that, Eris, because to me, I still think he was going to kill her, but there is a lot of open space of. So what was the plan after you killed her? Was you just going to draw him out or something? I think it was one of those things we played. I hate to say it like that. Hey, we play it by ear. Like I hate to say it like that, but I feel like it was that way. But I also think you're right. Like he wanted just enough to scare, because what this motherfucker got on me, all that. That the only reason why I say no to that is because you do realize this motherfucker killed somebody in a pink Cadillac with his goddamn wife.
Okay, he did. Hold on, but D, hold up. To my rebuttal to that, he did that after he had told him get rid of it. And did dude decide to keep it? No, of course not.
Hey, the best thing.
He didn't get rid of it, so he knew right away. Oh, you still kept the car? All right, both you and your wife are getting murdered.
Hey, the best part of that movie, I did love them playing Baker Street to that montage of Jimmy pretty much getting Tommy to kill everybody and stuff. It's like, yeah, he had it coming. He could have just went ahead and took that car back to the dealership, but nope.
When they opened up the freezer truck,
Carbone,
freaking Carbone frozen stiff.
With this little white afro, just stiff.
This goes into the Rebite Geeks 10th anniversary. Shout out to one of our favorite character actors, rolling down that motherfucking trash compactor, Mike Starr.
Yes, sir.
Yo, the second I saw Mike Starr, like anytime you see Mike Starr, he's in the mafia. It doesn't matter. He's in the mafia in some capacity.
Bro, how do you have cop and a half and it's like, yeah, you're in the mafia? It's like, God damn it. I didn't expect this. Why?
And let's not forget about his greatest mafia role ever. I want Black Dynamite dead. I want him dead now.
Oh, yeah, him playing Frenchie.
Oh God, I love the fact it is one of our best podcasts on Deadly Ground, where we talked about Mike Starr getting his ass kicked by Steven Seagal, and I said, hey, you need me, I'm here. Anytime you need a bigot or a fat Italian, I'm here for you.
Hey, side note, Mike Starr in Dumb and Dumber is fucking hilarious because his character is like, these guys have to be professionals. How the hell do they know I got an ulcer? And as he popping fucking aspirin and shit, I was fucking dying on this shit. Like, how the fuck these guys know I got an ulcer? And just black.
The best look on his face, Mark. Yeah, yeah, Bird. Yeah, yeah, Marky Bird. Don't tell me that. The look on Mike Starr's face is one of kill.
I really gotta ask, like, during that scene, there's no way they did that shit in one take.
Hey, no way.
No way they did that shit in one take.
His ass is fucking corpsing the whole time. Like, all right, let me not laugh the whole fucking time.
And the thing, you're gonna be laughing at something because, like, right before they even say action, you're already laughing because you know what's about to happen. And
there he is about to shit before it even starts.
You have no choice but to get through. You're like, look, I gotta get all my laughs out. I gotta put on a serious face. I'm in front of two funny ass dudes. I'm sitting in between the both of them. Jim Carrey, who, hell, I don't even think. I'm trying to think, which movie was it? Jim Carrey, literally, pretty much at the height of his career at this point in Dumb and Dumber. You got Jeff Daniels over here being silly as hell. The both of them are just too much. The fact I'm sitting inside this damn van and the both of them are cracking me up right now.
Dude, how does Mike Starr not laugh at when Jim Carrey says "check, please" as his character fucking gurgles and dies? I'm like, how do you not laugh at that shit?
I'm pretty sure he did laugh before he could even say cut. But going into
side note, his character fucking laughing at how ridiculously easy the heist was. Like, oh my god, they're just leaving the keys to me.
I love that. Because it's not even just, it's not even, and that's the other thing is it's not even the first time that he's being left with keys like that, because he said himself, like, hey, it's so easy. The beauty part is all I do is give him the keys and it just looks like he's going to pick up lost baggage.
Actually, to take it a step further, again, going back to what I said at the start of this podcast and stuff with the whole thing with racism. Did you love how when Jimmy and them was still in the truck, he was like, the truck driver was like, "You can believe this? 2 niggas sat there and stole my truck." I was like, wow. Just
fucking niggas. Like, yo.
Hold on. Hey, now check it out. Now hold on, Chris. Here's the funny part, and I never did notice this until I became an adult. That guy was in on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that was said at the exact same time Henry said, and it didn't matter because 75% of the truckers were on our side anyway. Exactly. And if they say anything, about it, just start up a strike. Yo, perfect.
Meanwhile, a bunch of like 50 fucking black people get fucking arrested by because of that shit. Like, goddamn, dude.
Welcome to America. Welcome to America, nigga.
Just sitting on the corner and chill with your friends, and all of a sudden, hey, nigga, did you steal a truck? No, I don't believe you. Hey, get on the ground. It's like, what?
Hey, where you going, young coon?
No. Then you get the one that tries to, then you get the one that tries not to sound racist. Like, excuse me, young urbanite.
Exactly.
No, don't forget about the white boy the white cop that's trying to be cool. Hey, hold on, my main man.
My main man.
Don't say that, D, because that just points you back to fucking Three Kings. He's like, hey, you blow up my family, my main man? You my main man? I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, my man. Who even said he didn't get about your family, my man?
Which, again, I love Three Kings. Deploy twice in.
Hey!
Deploy you.
Are we still shooting? What? I said, are we still shooting? What?
Deployed twice to the UAE. Kind of close to what that guy in Three Kings was speaking like when I spoke to those people over there.
Hey, look. All right. Enough of that shit. Enough of talking about lesser good movies and a better movie.
The funniest thing, if you really want to count in somebody that's high on coke, the fucking third act of the movie where Henry is looking at the sky like, did you see that helicopter carrying? Did you see that helicopter up there? That is some coke-fueled fucking nonsense the whole fucking time, because Henry was on point in the fact that there was a helicopter following him, but if you're somebody that's like outside looking in like, dude, you're clearly high on something. There's no fucking helicopter up in the sky.
Number one. That's Aaron. Huh?
I said that was last day as a wise guy.
Exactly. Let me tell you something. I don't know who would be Henry, but I am definitely Robert De Niro with a fucking blood in my mouth. And you need to stop smoking that shit, man. It's fucking with your mind.
Look at Eris on this one.
Got the fattest of blunts.
Now,
you need to stop smoking weed, nigga.
Now, me, of course, I would be that, I'd be the one narrating that shit too. I'd be like, Paulie. Not Paulie. He was like, Jimmy was so pissed off he didn't even say goodbye.
Dude, look at our Copland episode. I swear to God, Ray Liotta played the high coke. Like when he was fucking forming the meatballs and he was high as shit. Like, yeah, I was forming the meatballs. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're sweating your ass off. Fucking making
I like the way that whole day was shot. Like I have a feeling that Scorsese was like, we got to get this shit correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot all this shit twice, but we got to get lighting and everything else correct to make sure it looks like that time of night and all the rest of that. It felt like one of those shit, because the way they trailed the whole day like that, it really felt like you were really going through the longest day of your life. You know what I mean?
Yo, he nailed every aspect of that day, right down to Henry picking up his brother and the fucking Clay Davis from fucking The Wire. Like, hey, let me go ahead and do a checkup on you.
Come on, man. Like, yeah, that made me go. I was like, so he gave him 10 milligrams of Valium and told him to go home. I'm like, that nigga has been rolling on cocaine. He's not going to feel none of that.
Which made me ask the question.
All that's going to do is level him out to make him look. All that's going to do is make him look in the sky. I fucking knew it was a helicopter. I knew I
but
would.
it really made me ask this question. So you looked at him and you couldn't tell that he was high on coke. I mean, yeah, he did literally. I mean, he did low key fall for the story of, I almost got into an accident and I was partying real hard last night and I've just been all day.
Yeah, the talk. Thank God that was a black dude. Thank God that was a black dude, because that was a white guy. He would have called him on this bullshit. The black dude was like, I know you were high on coke, but I'll let you live.
He says, matter of fact, I'm
trying to bring your ass down.
matter of fact, I'm gonna give you this little bit of Valium, and I just need you to do me a favor. Go home, relax, smoke some weed.
Shit.
We are never gonna let that go, are we?
No.
We are not gonna let go that a doctor told JD. I mean, not JD.
Yeah,
told
JD's
told that nigga, go home, smoke some weed.
Smoke some weed.
Yo, I was waiting
for this shit I'm talking about, man.
Can you imagine if old boy told Henry, hey, chill out, smoke some weed? Like, I swear, again, I thank God for Ray Liotta, because it was weird, because when you look at him in Copland, I thought he was high on coke, but he was just chain cigaretting the whole fucking movie, the whole goddamn time. This movie, it's like, I'm sorry, the funniest scene is him fucking making the meatballs, and he's high as shit, just on edge, just
I like how he's like, he's tossing it in both hands, like pip, pip. He's tossing it in both hands, like pip, 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 looking over his shoulder and all that shit.
You say the funniest moment was him making the meatballs. For me, the highlight was him rolling up at the end of that movie, saving Sylvester Stallone's life, cigarette in his mouth, and point blank blasting freaking Harvey.
Bruh, he had the black man, I want to fix your carburetor fucking cigarette hanging out his mouth and shot the fucking with Harvey Keitel. I was like, yo, that is the most black man shit ever. And here's the fucked up part. Henry couldn't even enjoy the fucking meal that he made because he was so goddamn high.
Well, he ate enough.
He was
high. Put it that way. He ate enough of that shit.
No. It wasn't even the fact that he was. It wasn't even the fact that he was high. It's the fact that he still had shit to do. I mean, come on. He had his brother.
And then here come this dumb girl. I gotta get my hat.
No. Hold on. Well, wait. Before that part, he first he got his brother, and he told his brother, and his brother actually sided with him because his brother did see the helicopter, and.
Yep.
And he said, look, I had my kid brother in the house. My poor kid brother, he literally got off the plane and he's been in my house stirring sauce and watching helicopters all day.
Look, I'm not Italian. So for me, I'm not really, I've seen videos of Italians that critique people making sauce and stuff. So I'm not part of that world and stuff, whatever. But me, I'm just I didn't know that shit was serious until I saw this movie, and I was like, "Man, Italians really give a shit about their sauce." All
right, Chris, I'm shocked because let me make it good for you, Chris. Make sure them neck bones don't burn up. Why they? All right, then calm your ass down.
Exactly. You're right.
Look, I thought they just got a bottle of Prego and just dumped it in the motherfucking pot.
Because I'm an asshole, and that's how I am. I'm like,
I bet you did think that.
No.
Look, you said to an Italian, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Let me paint. Let me also let you guys in on something.
What? Wait, what's wrong? Hey, the three black geeks say he's gonna use Prego. Oh!
Let me let you guys in on something. See, check this out. When I was in Japan and I was making pasta, I said, you know what? I need some inspiration. I pulled up this movie and I studied the prison sauce.
Did you actually do that? Yeah,
I did.
Actually, that's a real thing.
It is. You do
have chefs that dice up that garlic really thin, and you're supposed to line it up. Line the whole pot with that motherfucker. That shit is great.
Look, man. Again.
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. One more. I did that one, and I did the one from The Godfather, the one where Clemenza was telling Michael how to prepare the pasta sauce.
Okay. I do agree with some people when it comes to Godfather. Godfather is if if the mob was trying to make a mob movie and they make themselves look good. That's what that is. Because Goodfellas is how the mob actually acts. They're fucking psychopaths.
Yeah. My thing is this,
like in The Godfather, it was all about there's an honor. Like, oh, shut up. Because all of you are murderers.
No, I'm just talking about
all of you are murderers.
No, D. I'm just talking about this. I'm just talking about the pasta sauce.
Oh yeah, no, I know you're talking about the pasta sauce. I'm just saying it's kind of funny though when we talk about pasta sauce and we talk about authenticity, and I'm thinking like there wasn't nothing real in Godfather outside of Apollonia. That was the only out of all that. Everything else was kind of
I mean, my thing is like we talk about like authenticity when it comes to black people and stuff like collard greens and fried chicken and all that stuff, because white people, there's some white people that tend to fuck up simple shit like fried chicken, right? And I feel like an asshole a little bit when it comes to Italians and spaghetti and all the Italian dishes, because I'm like, you know what? I feel like an asshole because I would probably be pissed off if somebody fucks that up and stuff. You know what? Yeah, let me not be that way.
The only reason I say that, and the only reason I say that, Chris, is not against you, not knowing. It's just that when it comes to cuisine, Italian cuisine is fucking incredible. I'm just thinking like with those, and this comes from having people around you that watch the Food Network all the time. You can't just get pasta sauce from the grocery store and think you're okay. No, not with Italian. You got to make that shit.
Oh, no, I've been to like
meatballs. They better not came out no plastic bag. You better ball them up by hand.
Hold on, make it worse. I got one for you guys. Y'all want to make an Italian chef cry? Make spaghetti with the sauce and the spaghetti noodles inside the same pot.
And and here's the thing. I've been to legit Italian restaurants, and this is where at times you get the bouginess in you comes out, right? When you go to a legit Italian restaurant from people that are from Italy and they're making the food, it's a night and day difference versus Carrabba's. Mm-hmm. Dead serious.
But Carrabba's is not Italian.
I know, but people tend to kind of think it is, but it's like, no, it's a night and day difference. Dead serious.
Nah. That's people going to Olive Garden. People go to Olive Garden thinking that's real Italian. That's what you mean. That's more accurate.
Not even close.
Hey, CJ, you want it done the right way? You go to Mama Stella's.
Yeah, Mama Stella's, like, look, low key. Mama Stella's is only like, there's only 2 restaurants in the DMV, one in Waldorf and one in Clinton. It's like legit Italian. And again, it's night and day difference compared to like Carrabba's, Macaroni Grill, and some of these other chain restaurants that are quote unquote Italian and shit. It's like crazy different. Like even
yeah. You have to go to an authentic restaurant. Here's my thing. That's not funny. But if there's a dude, if you walk inside there and you don't see a guy that's above 6 foot tall with a tan and a gold cross necklace, get the fuck out of there.
All I'll say is this, like,
out of there.
I'll say this, like, look, that shit in fucking Goodfellas, but Paulie was slicing the fucking garlic like thin as shit. That's legit.
It is.
That's legit. That's legit as fuck. Like that shit's supposed to melt inside the fucking sauce, like straight up.
Like basically, if it doesn't take you, I would say if it didn't take you 3 hours to put that shit together, it ain't authentic.
Look, I love my mom's spaghetti because hey, it's your mom, right? Not the same as Mama Stella's spaghetti. I'm sorry, I love you, Mom, but no, it's not the same.
It'll never be the same.
It will never be the same. I'm sorry, it just won't. So it's like you have to kind of like take into account like people's like traditions and stuff. Like, and the thing of it is too, that's what made that whole prison scene funny to me. In a sense of like, yo, they really had a wholesale, like, yo, they just got lobster, they got meat, they're cooking steaks on a fucking hot plate.
That was okay. Some of that was embellished.
Really?
But
really?
No, hold on. Let me get it out though.
Slightly embellished.
Let me get it out though. Some of it was embellished, but it's embellished in the sense of you making a movie. Like, well, of course they're not going to go out the back door like that. It ain't that goddamn easy.
Yeah,
but they kind of did that shit.
I mean, if you see so many movies of like underground shit going down where it's like they get special privileges and stuff, it's like, can you imagine? It's like, oh, you got 3 years in jail, but I'm enjoying this nice fucking Italian cuisine, and I get steaks and I get lobsters.
Like,
3
dude,
years,
they
ain't
Henry
shit.
Hill,
Dude, they was
Henry Hill
They
said
were
that year.
they were on a whole
Henry-
other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry said that whole year, that him doing being in jail with all his being in jail with your buddies like that. Yeah, you don't feel it. He's like, it's privilege. You get to do whatever you want. You get to go to your cell when you want to. You get to have certain people there. Like they had whole section of the jail that was pretty much empty just for them. So when you got that privilege, you got that privilege, man. Yeah, of course. I don't think it was just like that. The way they framed that shit was like this nigga was going in and out the damn prison. But that being said, kind of word.
I mean, it's kind of like if I'm doing it. It's like if I got arrested all of a sudden. All right, CJ, we'll let you do your podcast from prison. I guess that's a good privilege. I guess. All right, cool.
I'm with Karen though. Like you got me coming up here with all my kids. I'm bringing in all this shit. Yo, baby, you put down the Pinot Grigio. What the fuck is your problem? Look. Shout out to Karen for pulling out that whole 12-inch loaf of bread out of her vagina. Shout out for her. Yo, that's a real bitch.
Hey, did you love that one prison guard that looked like he was fake concerned about what was happening and stuff, and just back off?
That nigga didn't give a shit.
It's like, yeah, I'll look concerned, but I don't care.
You know it was bad. You know shit was about to go down in that visiting room because she looked at the list of people that came to see Henry.
Imagine, you got 3 kids. You find out your husband got a side chick that just like, really, nigga, you in prison? You gonna do this bullshit to me? Like, come on, dog.
And that's why I love that reaction. Like, won't you tell your whore to bring this in? And here's me, bitch. What makes you think I'm not?
Yo, shut the fuck up, shut up.
That's the only right reason. Look, I know what you're saying, married dude that just heard this. I can't tell my wife, nigga, you in jail. What's she gonna do?
Like
I'm just saying, what's she gonna? She swing at you, you going back to your cell. She lost.
I had to side with Henry on this one where he's like, I can't take. Look, I have no control of who comes to see me.
I mean, he's telling the truth. But that being all said, you told that bitch to come see. You know he did.
Yeah, I swear the moment Karen looked down at that damn sign-in sheet and saw Janice Rossi, I'm like, damn.
Is this Janice Rossi? You're a whore. Is this superintendent?
No. Wait, D, you got to do it the right way. She said that you are a whore. Is you know what? I'm going to tell everybody that comes through here that in R2, Janice Rossi is a whore. She was slamming on the freaking slamming on the damn key panel talking about Janice Rossi, you are a whore. Is this a superintendent? I just want to let you know that you have a whore in your building.
I mean, like,
he's my husband. Get your own goddamn man.
I gotta be real. That is the most blackest shit ever because it wasn't like it was literally kind of like how most chicks find out, like, oh, you got a side chick. Get that bitch the fuck away from this shit. Like, just straight up. She went straight, just like, no, motherfucker, I'm calling your ass out, and that's that.
This
ain't no getting around this.
But this is what happens when you get with a chick that genuinely loves your ass. Like,
exactly.
Like, she loves you so much that she will murder you rather than divorce you.
Henry had a legit ride or die chick. He literally had a legit ride or die chick.
Nothing would piss her off more than to find out that he's messing around on her.
You know what? That brings me to probably the saddest scene in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the saddest scene because you can tell that had to be the longest night of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Because Henry gets home. Karen, where's the stuff at? I flushed it. What the fuck did you do that for? Here's the fucked up thing.
She did the right thing. Wrong. She did the right thing.
Karen was not wrong.
Because Henry's logic was
but hold on, Chris. But why the fuck did you do that?
Yo, Henry's logic was like, well, maybe you can stash. I'm like, dog, the FBI and like the police are in your house, they would have fucking
DEA
they would have looked down. They would
Dark.
have looked at every inch and nook and cranny of that house. There is no way you could have hid that fucking coke any fucking.
I think his idea was they were going to find a whole lot of other shit, but they weren't going to find that particular stash.
I mean, look, she was.
That's the only thing I think.
She was definitely caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, bro, she had to flush the coke and hide a gun in her snatch.
Unless she had time to turn the water off, uncork the unless she had
I didn't get mad at it.
Unless she had time to turn the water off, uncork the pipe, put that fucking coke in the pipes, put the pipe back in place, and then let the police in. That's the only way you can let that fucking coke stay there. Otherwise, you had to flush that shit out. You had to.
And that's why I said she had no choice.
That was the other problem, is that she emptied it.
Yeah. She had no choice.
In the month, like he was over there. I mean, he's like, you could tell Henry's done. Like, oh my god, I can't believe how really. Because
that coke really, if you really think about it, that coke pretty much would have lasted them forever. Essentially,
that would have. I want to say forever. That would have covered a lot of things. But in real talk, and just being honest, it would have made shit worse. Trust me.
Yeah.
It would have made shit worse.
You think about the money.
Right decision at the end of the day.
But you think about
you can't get around it.
But you think about the money that was coming out of that. If Henry, again, I'm not saying Henry was smart enough. You invest that money, that shit would have went a long way.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not denying that. I'm just like, but the way the movie was going, it wasn't going to end well anyway.
Yeah.
And him staying in the drug game, I think it would have ended the way. I think we would have never heard Henry.
I mean, hold on. There's one other thing too. Now you're talking about Henry and and him trying to stretch out money. I don't know. This is coming from the same dude who was told by Jimmy, don't buy nothing crazy, don't do nothing stupid. What does this motherfucker do? Run out and buys the most expensive Christmas tree ever.
I like it. He can do that shit. Nobody else can do that.
I'm going to be honest with you. A Christmas tree is different than a fucking pink ass Cadillac.
It is, but he got a full ass white artificial Christmas tree.
Is the FBI looking at your fucking house at a fucking white Christmas tree?
All right, guys.
Hell no.
Well, put it this way. All right, guys.
You never know.
We just stole.
Never know,
all right, think about it this way. We stole. We robbed. All three of us robbed the bank, right? Now we are not suspects, but the police have been coming around us a lot because they suspect that somebody in our area may have did it. If Eric showed up with new phone posits, you wouldn't say nothing.
Exactly.
But if Eric showed up with his glasses and they were like, flashy as shit, why is that good thing against all this shitty thing around me? Exactly. Like something would click in your mind that like a Christmas tree, yeah, it's expensive. It's like this. I see what you did there, Harry. Because you could have I could have easily got that tennis court I wanted. Could have got that car I wanted. Nigga, new Challenger just came out last week. I want that bitch, but no. I got patience.
I'm just gonna wait. Give it about 6 months.
Yo, man.
6 months.
All right, so we talked about the saddest. Did we talk about Billy Bats?
We didn't talk about Billy Bats.
We'll get to Billy Bats in a second. I did want to point out the other thing, like you said, that was the saddest moment because it was most definitely the longest night. My man,
and you can tell, and I loved how they woke up.
My man was laying in bed. He heard the sound of the car. He woke up with the gun in his hand. He just knew shit could have possibly went down. But made it worse was probably the longest walk that he had from his car to Paulie's restaurant to tell him what happened and the fact that he needs money.
I mean, but that's credit to Paulie though, because Paulie, again, he's a guy that's been in the game for a while. He knew what was up because he was like, look, this drug shit doesn't go well at the end of the day. So he knew this shit was going to go south real quick.
I mean,
here's the funny thing. And the one thing go ahead.
Plus, he was already, he already knew right away, like once Henry got caught. So when he came to him and, tried to apologize, confess, like, on my kids, I'm clean, I promise. I am so clean. I have nothing to do with it anymore. Paulie cut and dry. My man cutting honestly, which looked like probably the cleanest looking sausage links ever, because that shit looked good, man. Anyways, he's looking at him and says, "I warned you." He's like, "I warned you. I told you not to do it. You looked at me and you lied in my face and treated me like a fucking jerk."
I mean,
like, I'm ashamed. No, I'm ashamed right now. I don't know what to do, Paulie. I really need your help. Take this. Now I got to turn my back on you.
Now here's the funny thing. Paulie meant that. I'm not about to send nobody at you. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yep.
I guarantee you, he would be fine. It ain't me you gotta worry about. It's fucking Jimmy you gotta worry about.
It's like I gave you.
I think that's how Paulie saw that.
Yeah,
shit.
and
You're not my problem no more.
That which made me, which leads me to believe this. See, if it wasn't drugs, if it wasn't the drug thing, this could have been anything that Henry got caught with. If it wasn't drugs, I guarantee Paulie would have easily protected him.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny also. Henry Hill talked about this. I saw one of the interviews. He said the reason why it was like that was because Paulie was one of those old school Italians. You don't fuck with drugs. Yep. You don't touch it.
Well, I mean, he said, none
of that shit. Unless you got an in-between person that sells it for you, you don't touch it.
Well, I mean,
and so
that's like, okay. So for those that like Goodfellas, there's if you buy the Blu-ray, I think one of the greatest things about the Blu-ray that I think is dope is that there's a behind-the-scenes feature where they actually talk to the real Henry Hill, and he breaks down everything that happened and stuff. And to his credit, which I like, is that Henry Hill literally says, "Hey, look, a good chunk of this movie is legit truth."
Mm-hmm.
And I think for a movie like this, like if you look at anything, whether it's sports movies or whether it's biographical movies and stuff, because I love Remember the Titans, but the fact that 95% of Remember the Titans is bullshit is fucking hilarious to me. But it's still a good movie. I still like Remember the Titans. I don't care if it's fake or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Goodfellas that I appreciate is that Henry Hill was like, "Oh yeah, a good 90% of that shit. Oh, it's legit. It's not even bullshit. It's legit, straight up."
It's kind of, put it this way. Let's give 5% to Hollywood embellishing. You know what I mean?
You have to. It's kind of like you give it.
That's what I'm saying. Let's say that 90%. Let's say 10, the remaining 10 is Hollywood embellishing filler, because you need filler. I don't care what anybody says. He wouldn't say that. Yeah, but I need somebody to connect this goddamn sentence. So filler.
So filler slash pacing.
And what I call ad-libbing. Now, ad-libbing is what really saves every Scorsese movie to me. Is that you have characters that will go off in stories, and even these stories have a hint of realism to them. You know what I mean? Either it's a real story that one of the gangsters told to one of the cast members, or it's like, all right, this is a real life story that happened to me, but I'm gonna mix it up and make it for the movie. And Scorsese loves doing that last part. So this movie still though is very accurate. It's very accurate, probably more accurate than a lot of films, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's like, 'cause I just did I did a review of that movie that came out about Old Boy from Clemson, and like 95% of that movie is like legit true to form, right? And the other 5%, because I think with any movie like this, any movie that's based off of real life, you give kind of like a 5% mulligan to a lot of stuff they got to embellish for the sake of like the plot point of the story that they're trying to tell, right?
And even if I think the highest you can go for that is like 25% of it is made up.
Yeah,
that's as high as you can go. After that, you're just making up your own story to me.
Yeah, and you give it that much, but like with this movie, thankfully, like 5% of it is bullshit, but like the 95% of it is like legit straight. Like, because Henry Hill,
and even in this bullshit, I can't even call this bullshit. You know what I mean? Because I could imagine somebody going up like, "Yo, Paulie, I don't understand this, man. Every time I go over there, I get my head. He's treating me like I'm half a fag or something. You know, come on. You know. I love look, and I love the
half a fag. Holy shit! The fact that that's a legit thing, that's hilarious.
You're making me look like half a fag or something. I love what he called Paulie though. Look, come on, Jumbo. You know I ain't gonna go over your head like that. I'm like, he called the nigga Jumbo.
He did. Now, he does. Now, hold on. Now he does say to him, he says, "Look, calm down. Tell him about what we talked about." He said, "Well, look, I think what you should do is, I think you should come in on this. Like what? Like what? Like what? You want me to buy the place? You want me to like what? You want me to take over? You want me to run it? Like, I don't know nothing about running the restaurant business. Nothing." While he has the stogie in his mouth too, I don't know nothing about it.
That's the thing. But that's the thing. Sorry. I'll let you go.
He's I don't know nothing about it. He says, "Look, the only thing I know is I go in, sit down, and I order my food and eat. That's it. What am I supposed to do?" He says, "Look, you don't have to do anything. I could continue to run the day-to-day operations, but like in case anything happens, I can always just come to you." Man, this isn't even fair. Like, why am I being dragged into this? And I swear, Henry worked that shit. He managed to smooth that shit over so well because at the end of it, he did get Paulie to take over. Now the only problem is that dude has to come up with Paulie's money at the end of every month.
Mm-hmm. And I like how
which led to the greatest monologue ever. And the thing is, Paulie had to get that money no matter what. He's like, "Oh, you had a fire? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, things went dry? Fuck you, pay me. Like, place got struck by by a bolt of lightning? Fuck you, pay me."
And what happens when you can't pay up no more? When you're done borrowing?
You can't even borrow $1 from the bank. You bust a joint out and light a match.
It like to me, I'm like, yo, here's me. Back then, committing insurance fraud was so easy.
I mean, but that's like
so easy back in the day.
Like, one of my things that I appreciate about the movie is they really are open about a lot of the bullshit that they did for the sake of just money, of just everything. Like when that whole club scene happened, again, it's after what you said earlier, Eris, about the whole thing with hey, what's so funny about me? And when old boy came to him hey, Henry, hey, Tommy, about this bill, and he just breaks the glass over his face and stuff, and I'm like, holy shit, yo, they didn't give a fuck about anything. Wow.
And to tell you the truth, he really was in his right to ask him and approach Tommy about it. Hey, the ball's on this guy for approaching a wild card like Tommy. You approach Tommy and say, "Look, man, it's not, all right, look, I know you said to put it on your tab, but you gotta understand, man, this is a lot of fucking money. $7,000 is what you owe, and that ain't peanuts. It ain't pennies." So it made me ask the question, how much shit was Tommy putting on his tab?
But that's everybody. But think about it. It wasn't just Tommy. It was everybody, because at the end of the day, they were running up tabs on that whole restaurant. It wasn't just Tommy. It was Jimmy. It was Jimmy. It was Henry. It was everybody.
But the problem is that he specifically went to Henry. So the movie, I would say the way that he implied it, or the way that this movie implies it, is that this was just Tommy's tab alone.
Oh, fuck no. It was everybody, because at the end of the day, even Henry pointed out, we took advantage of all that shit because we didn't give a fuck and we could just do whatever the fuck we want. Straight up.
And
and the fact that that's what made that scene sad. But it's because it's funny. We sit there and think that if I was in position, man, I fucked them tiny niggas up. No, you wouldn't, because at the end of the day, you would be just like him, where it's I'm in a rock and a hard place, because what, I'm going to sit there and fuck them up? It's no, you have no choice but to sit there and take the loss, give to Paulie, and whatever money he gets out of that whole fucking restaurant getting burned down, Paulie's going to take all that money. You might get maybe 1% of that money, maybe 1% of that money.
But that goes into what they've been stressing the whole movie. The mall got to do whatever they wanted to do. They got to fuck over whoever they wanted to. And if you had the balls to step to them, they'll bust you in the face or they'll kill you. They really were lawless, and that's how all of them felt. And even Henry Hill, when you see him talking in the interviews, he admits, he's it was very addictive. And there was a period. Now, they did kind of skip over in the movie where he went to the army. But even when he was
Yeah.
in the army, he got discharged because
Oh, he was in the army?
He went to the army. I was gonna mention that, by the way.
Yeah, mention that because I didn't know that. I swear to God, I didn't know that.
I mean, so this is what leads into the whole Billy Bats thing, Chris. So now we're going into the Billy Bats. Probably one of the biggest turning points in that movie. That bar, I was gonna say that bar where that whole mess went down, that was Henry's bar. Henry opened that bar in his attempt to distance himself from the mob. He was trying to get out like long before because he saw the writing on the wall even as that early to say, yo, these motherfuckers are crazy. You know,
usually, and you know what, and that is interesting because usually in real life, it doesn't take, now I'm way above my head over water.
Yeah, he knew that early on.
Usually it happens way early on where it's one of those things, because we all have those situations where we see something where it is literally written on the wall. This is going to be a problem in the future. And as human beings, we all do the same thing where it's like, be all right.
No, but Henry,
and even in Henry's case, it was, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You know,
but here's how
I'm going to do this so it won't affect me here.
Right, but this is how it went down. Henry was trying to distance himself from the mob, right? And because he saw how bad shit was gonna get and how things were going, like, yo, I didn't know, like, he would see things like, I didn't know that we can actually get away with this shit.
Yeah.
And while on one end it's like, yo, this is cool, this is the wildest shit ever. But then the smart side of his thinking is, nah, this is gonna be a problem.
No. Look, Eris, it's like this. See how that happened to him? That's how I'm gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask y'all this.
I don't know how I'm gonna get in that situation, but that's how I'm going to die.
No, but check this out, Chris. So when he opened up that bar, he was trying to go legit, he was trying to go straight, he couldn't do the army, so he opened up the bar. And the problem was that everybody from the mob followed him there.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's the monkey see, monkey do stuff, because I know, I mean, maybe it might be a stretch, but I'm pretty sure you guys would agree with me. You know how the elementary school, you do something that's like different from everybody else, and like everybody else just follows you because, oh, he got this, and then maybe I can do this. And it follows you with that whole thing with the restaurant. It's like, well, hold up. If Henry's getting like a whole tab, maybe I can do the same thing. And that's what goes with the old boy kind of like going back to Paulie, like, hey, like, I'm in a stretch because your boys ain't paying up their fucking money from what they owe for their tab.
I don't that far though. But I don't even go that far. I think it's just real talk. Real talk. If between the three of us, let's just say, or you, Chris, in this case, you're like super toxic, but we're
fair, but you're right.
Still all three. But look, still all three of us are friends, right?
I'm sorry. I have to point before you continue. I gotta be real. Look, I'm cool as hell, innocent in all rights. I have my moments of being toxic. I'll outright own that. I'll outright own that.
Oh, when Chris,
hey Chris, I love you, but you're about as tough as unicorn underwear to me. I'm sorry.
No, D. No,
I mean, savage. But really,
D. Do not throw him under the bus like that. Well, Chris
is throwing him under the bus.
Hold on. Let me get. Hold on. Don't do that.
Big Show. Touch me.
Do that. Let me get this out, man. Don't do that to Chris, because for one thing, Chris's toxicity is hilarious at best.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm Rick. I could be Ric Flair at moments where it's like, oh, I will be the fucking like the most fucking underground gutty motherfucker in the game. Like, yo, oh, you gonna beat my ass? All right, fuck it. I'll take you down with me. Low blow. Let's go, motherfucker. Let's go.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
Let's go.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
Ass, nigga.
That is the shit I'm talking about.
Because real talk. Look. I have morals to a degree, but D knows it's like I got morals to a degree. At that point, I cross lines like, yo, fuck this shit. No, motherfucker.
When
it's done.
When that happens, I turn into no, seriously. When that happens, I turn into Henry, and I'm the one in the corner laughing my ass off.
Now, this is the thing.
if all three of us are friends, Chris is the super toxic one, right?
Yeah.
Let's just be real. Chris, are you gonna show up to my restaurant the first day?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you fucking are.
Yeah, you
So at that point, this was bound to happen.
Exactly.
Shit like this was bound to happen. That's why I love that line, Eris. I didn't want to get your floor bloody.
Oh, your floor. And that camera, yes. I'm so glad the camera pans right back to Henry looking at Tommy like, nigga, what?
And here's the funny thing.
Yeah,
Here's the funny thing about that too. Even if you didn't know the story of Henry trying to escape the mob by having that restaurant, that look on his face told you like, what? Why you gotta do this shit here?
Why?
But let's be real. But let's be real. Like, are you
respect for me enough not to do it in front of my nigga?
But let's be real.
The kitchen is 2 feet away. Why are you doing this?
But let's be real. Are you going to be the one to tell Tommy he needs to pay his tab when he know he'll gumbutt your ass for less?
And here's the funny thing about that, and here's the funny thing about that, and it actually goes into the murder of Billy Batts.
Yeah.
People in the mafia got killed for nothing.
They did.
As little as a little itty bitty fight, somebody ends up dead. So killing is just a thing. Somebody dropping is dropping. You know what I mean?
Like the way it went down was as everybody in the mob, like from Jimmy to Tommy, everybody in the mob literally found their way to Henry's bar and pulled his ass right back in again, right?
Uh-huh.
So he decides, I don't know if it was his decision or I guess the Gambino crew knew about Henry's club and that's why they had that welcome home party for Billy. They had the party. Yes, D.
In real life, it was actually did at Jimmy Conway's.
Yep.
It was okay. It was at Jimmy Conway.
It was there,
right?
And that's why the Gambinos knew about it,
exactly,
because they knew about Jimmy Burke. But the thing about Jimmy Burke was, hey, that's part of the Lucenza people. They cool with all that. He cool people.
Oh,
then when they heard it happen there, that's where we'll talk about. Go ahead.
I'll get to that in a minute. So now that I think about it, because Jimmy was there, he was definitely on the scene. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy was the one who orchestrated that party at him.
And he did. In real life, he did.
Yeah.
In real life, he fucking did.
But that's what
Henry had. Look, and Henry was just, dog, I was going to go home and watch Carson. What?
I think that's what, for me, that's what takes away the whole, that's what kind of lessens the aspect of like my mentality of Henry initially being innocent, because low key, he kind of played into like, Tommy doing his bullshit, because it's like on the surface, when you watch the movie, you think that he's the guy that's kind of buffering like Jimmy and Tommy's bullshit. Like, yo, let like old boy live. But then when you really look at it, it's like, no, you kind of low key pushed that shit for them getting killed. So you know what? You're just as much of a fucking problem as they were before you started doing the coke and all that shit went south.
But hold on. I see where you're coming from, CJ. I really am. But at the same time, you got to remember, he did try to diffuse the situation before shit went south.
Yeah. But
he tried.
I ain't with both of you on this. But at the end of the day, Harley Quinn, you still suck the Joker's dick. You're a bad guy.
We know that.
I'm just saying. But go ahead.
So the party's going down, and of course, I guarantee you, Henry was probably thinking, "Let this party just go."
I'm sorry. Wait. Chris, are you okay?
I'm okay because, like, dude, look. Again, when we do these podcasts, I tend to sit there and have these realizations like, wow, my mentality of what I thought about this movie is like completely just, holy shit. Why did I not think of this? Like,
how you think I felt when we was I forgot what review that was, and Eric started spitting that shit. I'm like, nigga, fuck you. I don't like this movie. No, I forgot what movie.
What movie was? Wait, hold on. What movie?
I forgot what movie that was. This was like a couple years ago. I forgot what it was.
Dude,
I'll let you remember. But I remember in the middle of it, I was mad at you. I was thinking about, what? Did Eric cut you off? Nah. Nah, this nigga making points and shit. Fuck this movie.
No.
I really want to know what movie this is.
Before Aaron starts this and stuff, D, I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm being dead ass honest. I think that's gonna happen with me with Iron Man 3 eventually, and you're gonna be like, good. I knew you would come around to the dark side because that's gonna happen with me.
Wait, I'm sorry, dark side? Chris,
No. I'm talking about
called
Iron Man.
reality.
I know. But I'm saying it's gonna happen with me with Iron Man 3, where I'm gonna watch Iron Man 3 for like the 25th time or something like that with my kid, whenever I have a kid or whatever and stuff down the road. I'm just sitting there like, this movie's bullshit, and then my 1-year-old kid is gonna look at me like, Dad, did you just say a cuss word? Yes, I did, son. And let me go ahead and call up B and tell him that
It's my one victory.
You gotta understand something. Like,
me giving a shit.
It's like,
about
no.
you having revision.
No. You gotta understand something.
Iron Man 3.
Hey, D, I'm sorry, Chris, you gotta tell your son, like, son, you gotta understand something. This has been this is something that's been going on for 20 years.
Before you were born, before you were sperm in your mom's fucking womb, all right?
Was this before Mr. D became the president of the United States and he boxed Jackie Chan? No, this is way before that, son.
First off, I'm gonna call it right now. D is gonna fucking do the fucking the Captain America Hitler punch to fucking Biden and shit, where he's just gonna punch Biden in the face.
Biden? I wouldn't do that to Biden.
No, not because Biden.
No, you forgot. Hey, Chris, you forgot. Yes, I'm an independent voter. Yes, I want this whole country to burn. But you forget, I used to be a registered Democrat. I can't go into this.
No, D. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You just saw him standing next to your niece. I'm leaving.
Exactly. Dude, it's gonna be that ultimate call where attention.
Don't do that because you know it's gonna be old, creepy, and white. Where he says, "You smell like mahogany."
Dude, I swear, dude, look, again. I'm being very open about this and stuff. I'm just gonna look at Tish like, I love you, dear. I gotta call D up about this. This is very important. He needs to know this.
Hold on. So y'all call this. Nobody go do this. Corner store pickle.
You gotta understand, like my attitude is so high where I will look at D like, D, it's like D, I just want to preface this by saying I still love Iron Man 3, but 5 seconds later, you were right, D. Iron Man 3. It was terrible. You were right.
There's gonna be no pulling the lever, and a dead clown body's gonna fall out with a bunch of balloons. That's not what would have happened to me. Boy, I'm past the point of me giving a shit. Look. We about to cross that hour. Let's talk about Billy Batts. Let's wrap this shit up, nigga.
No, hold on.
No. But yeah, let's get a Billy Batts. Let's get a Billy Batts because Billy Batts is the funniest shit ever. By the way.
Yeah. All right. So let me get back to this. So the party's going down, and Henry is just thinking to himself, "God, I just want this. Can we just let this party just go off without a hitch? Let nothing happen. Fuck. Here comes Tommy. Tommy shows up, and he knows something's gonna go down." And we get Henry, we get Billy, Billy being Billy because, he's a made guy. He's a made guy. Nobody in that room outside of his crew knows that.
Yep.
And,
I call bullshit. But, whatever. When I go.
Yeah. Because I really think about it. Jimmy didn't know.
Oh, what, that Billy was going to be there?
No. He didn't know that Billy was a made guy.
I call bullshit on that Jimmy.
I don't think he knew because D. You can call bullshit, but think about this. Even with me being the highest earner in all of out of all of the fucking crews, I'm the highest earner. I'm making money for both sides. That still does not give me. Wait, hold on, Chris. That still does not give me a pass to literally shoot a made guy.
The my thing is this, but see, this is where for me, right? Again, much like Henry, I thought Jimmy, despite him, you kind of know that he's very greedy in terms of how much money and how much he wants to get out of certain heists and stuff. I had in my head going into that Billy Bat situation that he'd be the reasonable person that will calm Tommy down from not doing that, right? And I think that Billy Bat situation is where I knew Jimmy was with the shits just as much as Tommy.
To me, that is one of those scenes where you realize, actually, no, for me, it was it was post Latanza for me.
No, Latanza, I gave the benefit of the doubt, but like Latanza, I gave the benefit of the doubt because again, Robert De Niro does such a good job with Jimmy that you think that he's reasonable to a degree, right? And like but that Billy Bat situation is where it solidified to me that like Jimmy was just as much as ain't shit as Tommy, but just he was very subtle with his ain't shitness.
I wouldn't say it was ain't shitness. It was more of he had his reasons. He had his reasons for stomping his ass out.
Like Jimmy didn't think like Jimmy to me, unlike Tommy, Jimmy wouldn't kill you unless he felt there was a legit reason. Just like with Maury. Like Maury, I didn't like the fact that Jimmy killed him, but I understood it because Maury was being a fucking asshole, constantly pestering his ass. And like, look,
Daddy just running his mouth.
Would I personally kill Maury? No. But at the end of the day, I had to sit there. And again, this is like after the umpteenth time of watching Goodfellas, I finally settled on like, you know what? I understand why Jimmy killed Lori. I get it. I finally get it. It took me years to get to that point, but I get it now. Finally, it's like, all right, I get it. All right.
Chris, but you knew it was going to happen when he said, "You think Maury tells his wife everything?"
First off, look, I wouldn't tell my own girlfriend shit about personal stuff. First off,
no.
There's no way.
I call bullshit. That right there, Chris, and that right there. I question you. I'm gonna question you if you're under questioning right there. I'm sorry. Right? Here's the thing because to me that's a bullshit lie that men tell ourselves. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell my bitch shit. Y'all niggas be singing to your girl.
I don't sing.
Let me tell you about all the illegal shit I did today.
Hey,
Chris, I don't give a shit. You gonna put your head on her titty and tell her everything that you did.
No, D. Here's the thing. To my
I don't
credit,
believe no nigga when
D. But see, here's the thing. To my credit, I tell half truths. All right,
Chris,
I tell half truths.
What I gotta tell, I keep on mentioning to you, people lie.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. But you know what? Though I will say this though, Maury proved himself to be somebody that's a full habitual liar anyway.
But fuck all that. Over to Billy.
Yeah, to
Billy. Yeah, sorry.
Like I said, he had his reasons. Like I really believe I'm gonna chalk it up to Jimmy had his reasons for wanting to stomp him out, which is why I believe he didn't know that he was a made guy. Because real talk, if Jimmy knew off the break that Billy's a made guy, you really think he would have let Tommy go in on killing him?
Dude, stabbed his ass in the neck off rip.
That's what I'm saying.
He told the dude to hold him there. Like, and that's the wild part about it. That's why I think Henry going along with Jimmy holding Billy Bats there, it's like, oh, Henry was kind of low key part of that bullshit too.
No. The only thing that Henry was guilty of was locking the door. Now, that's the thing. He did the right thing. He did the right thing. That's the only thing he's guilty of was locking the door. He really had nothing to do with the shit. Now, the way it went down was, hugging and kissing, like cracking jokes, breaking balls, yada yada yada. Go home and get your fucking shine box. When that happened, it's already bad enough that Tommy doesn't even like this motherfucker. Let's get that out the way.
He tolerated him. He tolerated him at best.
He tolerated him. He just told him, he said, look, man, just don't go busting my balls. He warned him. So that was already on Tommy. Tommy already gave him the warning. Don't bust my balls. That's all I'm asking. I will be cordial. I will be respectful. I will chill at this party for you. Knowing that I don't like your ass. Just don't bust my balls. That's all I ask. And he kept egging him on. He was like, "Hey, look, if I was going to bust your balls, I would have told you to go home and get your shine box." No. I'm dead serious. This guy, like this kid, he was like one of the best shoe shines I've ever seen in my life.
He was at that line. He was at that line to his credit. Like Billy Bass was right at that line where it's like, all right, you're not fucking with them, but you're hitting that line. You're hitting right there.
I call bullshit.
Hold on, hold on, because he says, no, I'm dead serious. He said, this guy would make your shoes look like fucking mirrors. Excuse my language. He's like, no more shines, Billy.
Yo, credit to him. What's the actor that plays him and stuff?
That's
Frank Vincent.
Frank Vincent. Credit to Frank Vincent. Look, his character in fucking Casino is just as fucking solid as his fucking Billy Bats and shit. Where it's like Frank Vincent.
Frank Vincent never acted. Frank Vincent didn't act like Frank Vincent. He never acted in his life because when he was on the Sopranos, he acted the exact same way.
Martin just told Frank, when the camera rolls, just talk.
Frank Vincent in the fucking Nas video for Sweet Dreams is like, yo, so Frank is like, so what do I gotta do? Yeah, just be yourself. All right, cool.
Yo, one of the greatest things is a Red Brown movie starring Red Brown and a boy from American Ninja, Steve James.
Mm-hmm.
Steve James is in it, and Frank Vincent plays a mafia boss in it. He's only in it for about like 10 minutes, and he gets the opportunity of telling John Leguizamo in his second role, I think, "Hey, shut the fuck up." It is one of the greatest things ever.
Hey, Frank Vincent, look. I will always overhype like movie actors in video games and stuff, but Frank Vincent playing Salvatore in Vice City will always rank up as like the greatest shit ever because it's like, yo, you were dope as hell as fucking Salvatore in Vice City. I'm fine with that. That's perfect. All right, cool.
So it's only in 3.
No, San Andreas. San Andreas. My bad. Sorry.
He was in the third one. The only reason why I knew it was so funny. The date when I figured out it was him is when I was playing that one day. He was like, "I want you to kill this guy. He ain't pimping. He ain't pushing. So he must be talking." And I was like, "Why do I know your voice?" And I looked him up and I found out who it was.
Oh, by the way, the fact that again, credit to Rockstar because they know how to milk a franchise. When they did GTA Vice City stories, I was like, "Oh, you're just milking the franchise. All right, fuck it. Hey, bring back Frank Vincent and Salvatore. Fine, I'm cool with that. That works."
So check this out. Chris. So after he tells that story and he says, "Look, man," he said, "Look, like no more shines, Billy. You've been away for a long time. Maybe no one didn't tell you. I don't shine shoes anymore." What? Like, what's the matter?
And again, hey, nigga,
I'm just joking with you. I'm chilling.
He says, "Look," he said, "Hey, what's your problem, man? I was just telling you a little story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm breaking your balls a little bit. I just came home and I didn't mean to offend you or nothing. I mean, like, what's the problem? All right. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, Billy. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, salute.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box,
motherfucker.
He's like, yeah. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. Billy wasn't wrong. I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, as a main guy, and look, and just some real shit as a man, just real talk. Like, dude, I wasn't saying none of that shit about you. In fact, if you were listening, I said you were one of the best, man. Look at you now, man. You making money, dog. Good for you.
It's like going
right there. Calm your ass down, dog. It's all good, man. Yeah.
It's like going to a class
reunion. Get that shine box, bitch.
It's like going to a class reunion. Like, I went to my class reunion. DJ Sue didn't go to it and stuff at Saratsville. It's like going to the class reunion.
Why didn't you?
He was in Japan.
No. I got this, Chris. You want to know why I didn't go? For one thing,
why you didn't go.
No, hey, you asked the question, so I'm telling you, motherfucker. Anyway, first of all, how the hell do you have a class reunion take 17 years to get off the ground?
Because of people.
I came home the first time that they said that they were going to do it, and it was like 5 years of straight radio silence.
Sir, first off, did you actually think they could actually coordinate a 5-year reunion?
Hey, man,
I didn't believe it.
No, Chris, this is coming from the heads of the fucking SGA. Don't pull that bullshit on me.
Side note, the heads of SGA, I love them to death. They're not the most, reliable people.
They are clearly not. I learned that coming home.
Now, to be fair, that's like the 10-year reunion. Somebody was like, "Oh man, Chris was such a nerd and stuff. Now go back and get your fucking Star Trek facts." It's like, you motherfucker, I will fucking kill you. It's like, yo, dude, we're just joking, man. It's like, all right, cool. Because it's kind of like on that, like, look, one of the things that I hate more so than anything is people that revisionist history on how nerdom is. I will to this day, I'm like, look, don't bullshit me on nerdom and act like this shit was cool. It was never cool, straight up. And it's beyond just my personal experience. It's just mainstream society. You look at revision nerds. You look at Family Matters. Nobody gave a shit about nerds, right? It's the same thing with Billy Bats. It's like, from Tommy's perspective, it's like, look, I don't shine shoes anymore. I'm bigger than just shiny shoes. Which, to Tommy's credit, he's right. He's like, look, I'm past that. I'm a guy that everybody leans on to do the dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand his gripe with Billy. It's like, yo, look, get your jokes off, but put some respect, at least a little bit, to my name. That's all. That's because at the end of the day, that's all Tommy asks is just like, give me a little bit of respect. And Billy was like, yo, like, and that's the thing. It's like, I'm not saying I think what Tommy did was right, but I understand it. It's just I wouldn't personally do that. It's like I get Tommy's perspective. It's like, look, dude, all I ask is just, show me a little bit of respect. Just a little bit.
Hey, CJ, it's the Chris Rock line. I'm not saying you should have killed him, but I understand.
Yeah. It's like, but it's funny because it's like I think that's where also too where Henry kind of drew the line, where Henry was like, oh, you're a part of that shit because as soon as you locked that door, you knew what was up because because Henry could have at least easily prevented that death from happening. But he was like, all right, fucking click. Let's go.
No.
I don't know why you keep on negotiating.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm negotiating. I'm sorry. That's my nature. I'm sorry. That is my nature. I'm sorry.
You cannot negotiate this shit. See, and let me draw the line in the sand for you. See, first he egged him on by telling him, come on, you want to throw hands, let's go. And Henry decides to leave. He's like, nah, fuck that. Keep this motherfucker here. He came back like an hour later. He waited for Billy's crew to be gone and for him to be left. I mean, for him to be staying there. Now, you want to know about that conversation that was going on between Billy Bats and Jimmy?
Yeah.
That was when he said, look, I'm back home. I got mouths to feed. Billy was asking Jimmy for, I guess, not permission, but he was trying to give him the heads up that, hey, I'm back home. I understand that you've been on my turf. You've been running, you've been doing your thing over there. That's cute. I'm home. So I got mouths to feed, aka I got workers I need to pay. I'm gonna need you to take a step back and and give me my give me my territory back. Mm-hmm. That's what they were discussing. That's what led to Jimmy being like, oh, for real, it's like that? You're just gonna come back home, take over where I've been making like a good bulk of my money and not even try to negotiate, cut me in or anything like that. Oh yeah, I'm about to drop your ass to it.
Right. Yep. The beef between Jimmy Burke and Billy Bats was a very real thing.
Yeah.
And it was just the truth. Billy made a lot of money for Gotti.
He did.
You know what I mean? He made a lot of money for Gotti. Same thing with Jimmy. Jimmy made money for Gotti, and he made money for the Chinza family. So he was the big man. So Jimmy was a huge earner. So yeah, in the sense of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird seeing each other and say, "Hey, I got them. Let me get my shit back." You will hope two gods will look at each other and go, "All right, bro. Get your shit. I respect you.
Out of respect.
You know what I mean? Out of respect, I'm gonna do this for you." Here's the thing about that respect thing. That's only some Godfather bullshit. Yep. Because in real life, a lot of these mobsters, yeah, I did this, I did that. But no, that's cutting off my nose. Fuck you. Like no,
I mean,
you can't be so.
if he had said straight up, and of course Billy being a made guy, you would think, okay, I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna take my shit back, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and say it with your chest too. Yes,
and say that shit with your chest, right? You think that. However, you forget, nigga, this is Jimmy Conway. Like this is Jimmy Conway. But what's the best that you could have done was say, look, I take my territory back. I cut you in on 10%.
But two things.
I don't even think 10%. I think it all was like, hey, yo, Jimmy, I'm back. All right, bro. So
see, but that's the thing. You're expecting.
There's like this. There's going to be nothing coming from me. So hopefully there ain't gonna be nothing coming from you. All right. If we bump heads, we talk.
He said all that, but I can guarantee you.
I guarantee, and you're right, Eris.
No, I guarantee you that Billy did not. He didn't need, because and to his credit, he doesn't need to disclose that. I'm a made guy.
Yeah.
He never said that to nobody outside of his crew. That's why when his crew left, it was him and Jimmy talking. In comes Tommy, ready to draw blood.
Now here's the funny thing about that. In real life, Jimmy was the one that set all this shit up.
Yeah, he did.
In real life, Jimmy did. Now, how did Tommy get hold of it and this all that? That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. It's just that to me, it's just that to me, it didn't matter what happened.
Yeah,
Billy had to go.
Now here's the funny part.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, Chris, that there was no negotiating that. The moment Jimmy held him and Tommy sucker punched him, there was no going back.
Now,
the second I saw motherfucking De Niro using aim with his fucking heel stomping, I liked it because he did that joke where he lingered and then did that joke.
That is by far being Chris.
That's the man that's aiming.
Yeah,
he's going straight. That's a headshot aim right there.
Yo, you know what, Chris? I'll let you tell the story. That is like our favorite. The first time.
It's two things. Just to end this episode, right? So this one, it was right around the time. It was 2008. I had gotten out the Air Force and I was hanging out with Eris. And I think it was right around the time. I think Goodfellas came out on HD around that time. I think the PS3 had already dropped at that time. They were starting to put out. They were, yeah, I know, right? 08 HD was the big thing and stuff. So they had like a Blu-ray of Goodfellas that came out. And Sue had, again, I was unemployed coming out the Air Force. So hey, had a pirate life was the life for me. So Sue had like the pirate version of Goodfellas that was HD quality, right? Yeah. So I remember when you showed me that scene, and I for some reason it was just one of those scenes that just exit out of my head when Jimmy like missed fucking Billy Bat's head, but it's still funny because his foot just goes down. That whole scene solidified where Jimmy stood at and stuff, right? Just of where he was with Billy Bats. Because again, Jimmy is just like, yo, I just want the money. That's all I give a fuck about, right?
Actually, Chris, what made that scene more hilarious is that we were all together. This was at my very first apartment when I moved up north. It was you, Justin, Harold, like my girlfriend at the time. I don't think Dee was there, but all of us was in my place. We was watching that scene, and when we saw that foot like literally aim and come down, we all cracked up at that scene.
But like also, just the fact of going back to Karen, how ride or die she is, where she really tried to play the whole, I don't know what's happening, and the FBI was like, hey, dog, don't pull that fucking babe in the room routine and stuff like that. We got you on a fucking tap. We know full well.
Here's a little tidbit for some people that didn't know. That person she was talking about was the actual agent that put Henry Hill into
the witness protection.
So how did he? I know he said, I'm gonna repeat that line that I wanted to say to Karen in her face in real life, but I didn't say it. So I'm gonna say it here. Don't give me that baby the woods routine. Don't give it to me. Like, here's me. You didn't say that shit in real life.
He wanted to.
You said, Mrs. Hill. Mrs. Hill, listen to me. That's exactly
but that's the thing, because it's like she really was trying to kind of keep that layer of like I'm separate from him because I want to still be with my mom. But it's like, no, you as soon as you were locked in, as soon as you were on the phone, which again goes back to what Paulie told him, get him out the drug game, because as soon as you were on those drugs, Henry got sloppy. Because as soon as he started getting on the phone and doing all that extra shit, it's like, oh, the FBI were on him immediately. Especially after that Florida situation where he beat up old boy's cousin that was part of the FBI.
It was a typist. Like it was a typist who was in that, like who worked for the FBI and found out her brother, who was mixed up in.
Oh, he was locked in immediately, and that's what put Henry Hill on their radar immediately.
Hell, she even testified against her brother. How about that?
Now here's the thing. Now you said that's what put him on immediately. No, it's actually what Jimmy did to get in jail that got everybody on their radar. That shit in Florida was just a happenstance. Jimmy, and this is the real thing that I really laugh at, that really isn't framed the way I think a lot of people see it, because we see Joe Pesci as fucking insane. But the real antagonist of this whole movie was Jimmy Conway.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time. The real driving force of Tommy being uncontrollable, about Henry being trapped, all that, man. He was the cause of that shit. Fuck, I'm gonna guarantee you, even the shit he did with Paulie, he probably fucked over Paulie. Dog. He is like I laugh at how Jimmy was just a total villain at the end of the movie, and by the time he put them Coke bottle glasses and looked at him like, go down to Florida.
I mean, he said, "How you feel about going down to Florida?" And
bro, it was so obvious, and that's what made it funny when Jimmy sat there and paused. Because again, I like those moments where Jimmy fucking pauses the shit. We was like, "Hold up, Jimmy never sits there and takes me on a job by itself.
Never asked me to kill anybody.
There's a trap here."
This is great camera work from Scorsese. It's great acting too, because basically what they do is a shot. Now Eris knows this because he's a cinematographer. It's a straight shot at Jimmy where he's just staring, and they're looking at his eyes. Now, usually when you do that, that conveys trust. That conveys trust. That means, look at me, you're seeing what you're seeing. But when you see that scene, it's like, you're lying.
Yeah,
you're lying. And you just see this face it's a stone cold face of like, hey, just do this for me. That's all you gotta do. It's a trusting face, but it's clearly it's framed very well. It's framed very well.
Like it circles back to that monologue that Henry had, where he said, he says, when your killers come for you, they come for you as your friends. They're your friends. They smile in your face. And they laugh at all your jokes, and they always seem to come around when you're at your weakest, when you're weakest and desperate need of help, and that's how they get you. And which again, it kind of made which circling back to Bats, when when Henry locked the door and Tommy, I guess the gun somehow not evaporate, it just fell apart when he meant to shoot him in the face. Because it was, I don't know what was going on with that scene. So they decided so they take Billy Bass, dump him in the trunk of the car, and that's what led to them chopping, basically stabbing him up, shooting him, and then they bury him way out in the sticks. Which they come to, which of course, according to Paulie's like, he says, look, I just gotta ask you about something. Do you know anything what happened to that guy?
No.
What guy? What are you talking about? He says, the guy. Paulie, what are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about. What guy? No. The guy who disappeared 2 weeks ago. The guy who disappeared, from the area. Do you know anything about that? And he said, yeah, this guy Bats. And I'm like, no, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I just know that he came in, he had his drinks, and I haven't seen him since. He said, all right, look, I got to know something, because I got to, these people are driving me fucking crazy. They're trying to look for this guy. No one has seen him. He just up and disappeared. And now that's that was the which that was the crazy bit. GC, we already talked about that bit, by the way, the whole thing with Jimmy and Henry's wife. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. No, I'm gonna throw something at you that you don't know about. Now, D, CJ, I know y'all know about this. So get this shit. You want to know what led to? Which, by the way, shout out to Martin Scorsese's mom being in the movie playing Tommy's mom.
Yeah.
She's always great. But check this.
Sweet as hell, and she brings in that nonsense dialogue that is so great in these movies because you could tell it was like, Ma, just fucking talk, Ma. I'm sorry I fucking cussed, Ma, but Ma, I just need you to talk. Just go with whatever. Like Joe is going to come in, he's just going to talk, and that's all you gotta do. Okay, Joe? Yeah. Just follow me.
All right, so check this out. So check this out, Chris. You want to know what ultimately led to Tommy getting killed that the movie doesn't imply?
Yeah.
All right, so check this out. Yeah, it was definitely revenge for Billy Batts. What's his name? John Gotti. He wanted both Tommy and Jimmy. But of course, once he found out Jimmy being such a high earner, who's typing?
Oh, I think it's D.
Oh yeah, it's definitely me. My bad, dog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, clickety clacky. I know you're not talking, nigga.
No, I just hear a chord.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Eric. Chris over there. Hold on, let me see something.
No. I just heard the sound of a freaking QWERTY keyboard. That's all.
It's all good, man. My bad.
Anyways, no, but check this out. So D. So Chris, here's how it went down. So you remember when after Billy Batts was killed, they wanted John Gotti wanted both Jimmy and Tommy.
Yeah.
Now, Paulie, of course, was like, "Oh, so this is how it went. So that's how it went down, huh? Okay, I can't give you Jimmy. I can't. I really can't. He's made a whole lot of money for both me and you. So do you really want to cut out like the highest earner out of all, like between the both of us? And second, should I can I really do this? Like, can I really do this thing to Tommy? Yeah. Can I really kill him? The catalyst that made him say, okay, I got the green light. Yo, yo, Gotti, you got him. When Henry was in jail, when he was in prison, the same time as that damn prison sauce, while he was in jail, Tommy attempted to rape Henry's wife.
Dude, this is almost on. Yeah, that is kind of.
He attempted to rape Henry's wife. What Tommy didn't know is that Karen was having an affair with Paulie, and she went to Paulie, told him what happened. That nigga kept that shit in his back pocket and said, "Okay, I'm gonna handle that." Once the Billy Batts thing rolled around, he says, "All right, here, I'm gonna give you Tommy, but you can't get Jimmy." So that's what. So now, but here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna make him, and once we make him, you can kill him. And it was John Gotti, and like you said, it was John Gotti, not Tootie, because we didn't mention him this whole damn podcast. We did not mention.
No.
In the movie, Tootie was the one who shot him, but no, it was actually John Gotti that killed Tommy.
Now I will say that. Now that's the rumor. That's the rumor that he was the one that actually pulled the trigger because Billy was his boy.
Yeah, he was.
That was Gotti's boy. And not only here's how sick it was, because even at that time, Gotti wasn't the Don yet. He was just a capo. Nigga, right. You still the fact that you pissed off a capo that much, you know what I mean?
And he said, which is why you hear that line after Tommy gets shot, Chris, when he says,
"Motherfucker."
No, when he says it was revenge for Billy Batts and a whole lot of other things. That was a whole lot of other things. Now, of course, you're inclined to believe that the whole lot of other things was him shooting and killing Spider and all that. But no, it was a whole heap of stuff that the movie.
I mean, let's be real. Like when Tommy got killed, I knew it was Billy Batts, but I think it was one of those things like to what you were saying, like Tommy being very cowboy-esque to a degree, or just very renegade and stuff. It's like, well, if we can't keep him under control and he's just killing people, because again, the Billy Batts thing, at most, if he just beat down Billy Batts and didn't kill him, all right, they'll let that shit slap, right?
No. That would be an all-out war between those two families.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay,
want-
never mind.
So the Gambino crew and Paulie's crew. Oh, that'd have been straight up war.
The
And
way
no-
the Gambino crew was, nigga. No, I'm not.
I think it was one of those things where it was like, I think that Billy Bats thing is what put it over the line, where it was like, all right, we can't deal with this shit anymore because we let the shit go before, but now, no, you cross lines, you gotta go. You gotta fucking go.
See, the Billy Bats thing was one thing, but I really do think the attempted rape on Karen was probably.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they
I
put
think
that movie.
was. I think that was, and it's hard to say because Italians, at least mobsters, always come off with these very super conservative values, but on the flip side are fucking terrible. Like they'd be like, "Oh, why are those two gay guys getting married?" Then he bangs like 14 women behind his wife's back.
Yeah.
Like it's very weird.
Yeah,
Man.
it's a real gray area, weird area, but that's what ultimately led to Tommy getting murdered. Was that shit? That was the real other. That was the other stuff that Henry was talking about. Now, the other thing real quick, where Jimmy asked Henry to go down to Florida and kill the guy who ratted everybody out. Like in hindsight, if Tommy was still alive at this point, because at this point it's the 80s, Tommy has been dead for years. But if Tommy was still alive, I guarantee you that Jimmy would have sent Tommy to kill Henry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
think this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. That nigga was dead no matter what.
And I think that's what just to end it off for here. I think that's what kind of benefited, Henry, is the fact that ultimately between Jimmy and fucking Paulie, both of them died while they served their sentences. So Henry was just kind of like, oh, everybody died. So once Henry got out of prison and he kind of gave Scorsese the kind of like the nod and go ahead to do this movie, who was going to come after Henry? Nobody.
Henry did something that was incredible. He survived.
He survived.
That's incredible. Because and it's hard to hit somebody that is that known and that famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and it's not the same.
But even still, and Henry talked about it even up to his death. Hey, there's still sometimes, somebody might be over behind my head.
Yeah, and it's not to say. And the thing of it is, I think Movie Bob said it best. It's like we're not trying to deify Henry because we know that ultimately Henry was just as much of a piece of shit as the other two. We're not deifying these people. It's like, yo, he just, like you said, he survived. He just happened to outlive the other two, and it worked out in his favor. He has every right to work. He has every right to look behind his back. Like, I don't know who's going to try to kill me, but at the same time, it's like, well, hey, maybe might as well get something out of this while I still can.
And I think, and that's what really worked out for him, man.
That was probably the best power move ever.
Yeah, the book worked out for him. The book worked out for him. Ended up becoming a movie. He ended up becoming a somewhat of a celebrity and someone that's sought after to know what the life of the mob is. They got plenty of guys in Hollywood who are there to say, "Oh no, the mob did this. No, they really do this." Ex guys that were in it all the time. Henry was just somebody that was close to. He was attached to one of the biggest heists in American history, and on top of that, he was like right there in that big mafia circle. Come on, man. Your one of your best friends killed somebody in the Gambino crew. So there's a lot. It's an incredible story. Yeah. It's an incredible story. The motherfucker survived, and I don't have no idea how he did it. But I really get that ending. He's like, dude, now I'm regular.
Yeah.
I just wanted some spaghetti. He said, I wanted spaghetti with some sauce. These motherfuckers gave me egg noodles.
Egg noodles and ketchup. And
here's a funny thing. It's probably regular spaghetti. He's really Italian.
But I mean, let's be real. It's the equivalent of like how white people try to do fried chicken, and it's the most bland.
Stop doing that to white folk. Stop doing that to white folk. Stop being all these bougie ass black people. Stop doing that to white folk. Let's get this right, Chris, and you will understand this. It's like you want to go to that one restaurant Let me get mumbo sauce. The fuck is this?
Exactly. It's like this ain't mumble sauce. It's the same thing with him. It's like when you've had so
sweet
much
and sour. This is sweet and
authentic.
sour pack is in the nigga. This is
Yeah,
sweet and sour pack. You just put
it's
ketchup
like
inside.
you've had
Nasty, nigga.
yeah, it's like you've had authentic Italian food, and all of a sudden you get the Americanized version of it. It's like this ain't the same. No.
Man, this is so,
another
you
thing.
there's eating lasagna and then there's eating Stouffer's lasagna. Sure, Stouffer's lasagna put more meat in it, but let's just be honest, it ain't good.
No, but hey, Chris, the other thing with the fact that he did actually rat everybody out and literally lived long enough to see himself become the villain. Yeah, he outlived both of the guys who died while they were serving their sentences. And like you said, he had to look over his shoulder pretty much for the rest of his life, because who knows, what cowboy ass nigga from either crew was gonna try to track his ass down and kill him.
And I don't know how the mafia, at least the Sicilian mafia, moves now. But you still gotta think there might be one motherfucking kid that sees me and wants to bring up some old shit bring up some old beef in the old, in the old time and try to kill me. Yeah, man.
Which made and it kind of made me think of how he's not the only person that survived. Hell, you got Sam from Casino.
There've been plenty of people. I want to say there've been plenty of people that survived. I think people to survive and tell their story in such a robust way is rare. It's rare because some of them they do work in Hollywood, but they can't leave LA. No, they can't leave. Like some of them, yes, they do work for the FBI. There's a reason why they work for the FBI, nigga. Like they're like, so like I said, I can't speak on the mob now, man. But yeah, that's still got to be a scary thought. That still has to be a scary thought, wherever you go.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that is the end of Goodfellas. That was great. That was phenomenal. I think that was way better than our first podcast. We tried to way funnier. Way funnier.
All three of us are awake. That's one thing.
But I'm gonna say this month is gonna be great because D got me onto a movie that I remember when it dropped. Gotti with John Travolta. That's a rough one. That is
so and I was thinking about what we're going to do next, because this month is five mafia movies. So I'm going to say let's just rip off the Band-Aid. Let's get Gotti out the way, because Gotti. Because the only reason why I put Gotti up there is, number one, we haven't yet to really do a Travolta movie. It has been a while since we talked about Travolta. Yeah. Second of all, what I heard, I've seen the movie. This is one of those movies where the music, the story, all of that is disjointed and shitty. But you look at the acting, you're like, my God, y'all wasted so much time.
You tried.
Y'all tried, because if you look at we're going to say it, John Travolta delivers. Like, you can say what you want about this movie. John woke up that day thinking he was John Gotti. And in a way, he fucking nails it. So it's going to be interesting. And on top of that, he always likes seeing Stacy Keach, and Stacy Keach is in the movie. It's like Chris over here with Ned Beatty. It's always a good day when he sees Ned Beatty.
So it's always good. It's like you're just like, oh, Stacy Keach's still alive. All right, cool. This is going to be dope.
Dude. I saw Stacy Keach. I was like, whoa. First off, you're playing the Italian in this? Second of all, Stacy, you're still alive, nigga.
But yeah, this was a lot better because, like I said, back when we did this, we tried to combine Goodfellas and Casino together, and yeah, that led to a very weird podcast where we exhausted ourselves.
All podcasters that still are combining movies for one big ass pod. Good for you, because I'm pretty sure there are some of you that are very good at it. But Three Black Geeks had to abandon that formula, and I'm so mad because we had a couple of good episodes come out of that, but we're never gonna do that.
Jackie Chan Adventure.
Fast and the Furious Fast and the Furious was the last one we're gonna do like that. Every other thing.
Jackie Chan Adventures was the funniest one, just because they end this episode off. Because the funniest shit about that is that me and Sue were like talking about Jackie Chan Adventures, and then we got to a point where we were joking, and all of a sudden we heard D snore. And we was like, "Well, I guess that's the end of the episode."
I'll tell you how fucked up this was.
Hey,
You want to know how fucked up this
Hey,
was, though?
CJ, hold up, D. I guess that's the end of the episode. I don't want trouble.
Yo, you know the fucked up part about this? This happened to me twice, and in both times it's so fucked up. You ever take a nap at 3 o'clock and wake up at 6, but it's dark outside, so it throws up your whole shit? That's what happened to me. Because when I fell asleep,
he was working at.
because I fell asleep, right? And then I called Chris a full hour later. Yo, what happened, D? It's okay. It's okay, D. It's okay.
Because again, this was back before D started working at Donald's, or he was working security over there by FedEx Stadium. And it was like after the Jackie Chan episode, me and D, we ended off on a good note. It was all good, right? I was still up. So it's like, because it's Friday going to Saturday. I didn't have to go to work to the afternoon, so I will always go to bed like late, like 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was like 2:30 when I called.
He called me up at 2:30, and I was wide the fuck awake. And I was like, D, you're good. We're golden. We ended the episode on a good note. We're fine. He's like, okay. Whew. He was like, oh my God.
The last time it happened was Devil May Cry. And I hated that one because I really didn't even know I fell asleep. Like, it'd be one thing if you know you're nodding off. This one was more like, yeah, yo, let's talk about Devil May Cry 5. Yeah.
But anyways, this was great because I feel we had to like really go random with Goodfellas and stuff.
Yeah,
This is great. Because trust me, this is the prelude because when we get to Casino, holy shit, we got lots of stories to tell with Casino. Woo!
Outside of it being like probably one of the most quotable movies between the three of us.
Oh yeah, definitely. So with that in mind, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for joining in on this. Peace out.
You dizzy motherfucker, you.